What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. It appears that one of my videos have become controversial a little bit once again. I have a lot of people agreeing with me on the video topic, but then I have a lot of people providing pushback, and pushback is fine. But I want to challenge you all, because some of y'all are y'all are telling me, how am I going to tell a person about how they were treated? Well, it was right in our face, plain and simple. Like, you don't gotta piss. Listen, man, you can't piss on me and tell me it's raining. You feel me? We all saw what we saw with Booker T and the way he was billed and the way he was booked, right? Especially when he first came over from WCW to WWF/WWE, and how a lot of his career played out with the WWE/WWF, right? Booker T is one of the most exceptional talents I've ever seen in wrestling. In his heyday, he was supremely athletic, great wrestler, great worker, so on and so forth. But we all saw what we saw, right? Anyway, y'all know this conversation is coming off of Swerve Strickland. And Swerve Strickland basically made comments that, hey, Mac, Booker T is doing what you do for LeBron, throwing the cape on to defend. Hey, look, don't even try to do that, Black Ma. Nah. Because I will never defend a racist institution, right? Or like, I will never defend that for the sake of LeBron James. Don't even play that game. You feel me? So, no, though. Swerve Strickland made a point and said that black wrestlers were not marketed fairly, right? And in the WWF/WWE. Booker T came out every time somebody got a discrepancy with the WWF, WWE. Booker T is on the front lines for them as the black. Every time a black person got a discrepancy with the WWE, they march Booker T out first. They march him out. They get the brother from the back. Come on up here, brother. Come speak for us. Booker T come out there. I don't know what you're talking about. They don't treat anybody unfairly. I was treated the most fair of everybody. I was given the opportunity. I was given a chance. They treated me more than fair. What are you black people talking about? You black guys got your own personal gripes. That does not exist. Race does not play a part in any of this. I'm tired of the race talk. Tired of the victim ideology. Please stop it, man. No, they treated me fair. And we look at Booker and say, Booker, you are out of your damn mind, right? DJ Wiz made a great point. We're going to get to all of that. So y'all know I've been watching wrestling since like 98. Not like 98. My cousin and my brother put me on to wrestling. And I remember when I saw The Rock, I say, man, who is that? Because he had the charisma, the machismo. And I just thought he was a black man. I didn't even know he was half Samoan because he had the skin color like me. He had the brown skin like me. I didn't have a concept of being biracial or anything like that. I was 5, 6 years old at the time. So I didn't have the concept of that. And I got enamored with wrestling. And so I paid attention to all these wrestlers closely, in particular, the black wrestlers too, And I saw how they were billed. When I say build, BILLED, right? And I saw the opportunities that they would get, and especially for the main title. Not mid-carders, none of that. I'm talking about being one of the guys. The Rock was the only one who was given the real opportunity to be the guy for real, not hold a secondary title in the heavyweight division, the main title, right? And if we're going to be honest, The Rock was billed as a Samoan more than he was billed as a black man. You feel me? Yes, he had that swagger that he learned at the University of Miami, down there playing with the Hurricanes, with the gold chains, the Versace shirts, and the shades and all of that. But he was billed as a Samoan. He was marketed as a Samoan more than as a black man, for real, right? And I started watching how everybody else that was black was billed. Farouk, he had his Nation of Domination run. He was attached to a stable, right? the majority of his time. As a singles wrestler, he didn't get that opportunity that JBL got. Hell no. And Ron Simmons, aka Farouk, is one of the most, like, the physical specimens, one of the finest physical specimens you ever seen in wrestling, and didn't even have to work out. Let's be for real. Okay. Then we're gonna talk about individuals like Mark Henry. Mark Henry, strongest man in the world, right? Now, and then somebody pointed this out to me. Am I wrong? And y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Now, Kurt Angle is marketed as the first Olympic gold medalist in wrestling. Didn't Mark Henry did he win a gold medal? Or did he medal, or was it gold? I could be wrong, right? I could be wrong. But did Mark Henry, did he win a gold? Or I don't know. But anyway, Mark Henry come in. When Mark was under that sexual chocolate gimmick, they had him with Mae Young. He the big brute with the old white woman, giving birth to a hand and shit like that. Like, come on, man. Mark was a laughing stock for them. He was a joke for them for the longest of time, right? Then we're going to go to Shelton Benjamin. Shelton Benjamin, one of the finest wrestlers you would ever see. When I say, like, that man can wrestle his butt off. Shelton was never given a shot to be one of the guys for real. Never. Despite he was a better wrestler than Brock Lesnar, all of them. They like, oh, he didn't have no mic, he didn't have no charisma on the mic. Fam, the great Khali was the champion. He couldn't even talk for real. They had somebody talking for him. They had somebody talking for him. He really couldn't. He didn't have no charisma, nothing like that. They had somebody talking for him, right? And still made him champion. All because he was big, because his size sold to them, right? So let's be for real. Hold on, y'all. Said Brock Lesnar. Yeah, Brock ain't got no charisma. He ain't got no charisma at all. At all whatsoever. You know, none whatsoever. He ain't got no charisma. So y'all telling the truth. Y'all telling the truth. He don't got no charisma whatsoever. Brock Lesnar was terrible on the mic. Yeah, terrible on the mic. Terrible. And they was giving him all these opportunities and come on, man. Come on, man. You feel me? So anyway, let's get to Booker T. When Booker T first came over to the WWF from WCW, when he first came over, he was a jobber. They had him losing to everybody. Everybody. For real. Had him losing to everybody. And I mean, okay, it's one thing you lose to The Rock or whatever. He was losing to everybody. And then even some of the humiliating stuff they had going on with him. I ain't gonna lie, that Steve Austin, Stone Cold Steve Austin fight in the grocery store is memorable. But man, that Booker didn't have one really shining moment. I don't remember Booker having one shining moment in that whole fight. In that whole, for real. Like, he getting stuff pulled all on him. All of that. And he really didn't have no shining moments against Stone Cold, for real. You know? Then when he get a chance to go for it, when he gaining momentum and all of that as a face, Triple H refusing to put him over. Refusing to put him over. For real. Refusing to. When it was obviously time, was that WrestleMania? It was time for him to get the belt. It was time for him to get the belt. For real. Time for him to get the belt, man. You know, and he didn't win, though. He didn't win, especially after that promo Triple H cut about guys like him not being better than guys like Booker T, not being meant to beat guys like him. Guys like him never being able to be in his, you know what guys like him, that angle was. It was a racist angle. And after all of that, the least you could do is make Booker T the champion after that. This is a scripted sports entertainment. The least you could do is put the belt on the brother. You still make him lose after that? For real? You know what I'm saying? And I believe Triple H ain't want him to go over. He still wanted to remain the man. Then even with all of that, Booker T, right, they got him running around with gold dust. And again, as a child, that angle was entertaining. It was entertaining. It was entertaining for sure. But like, come on, man. Come on. It was entertaining. But they got him riding around with gold. Like, no, he was the man over there. He was the man in WCW. And this is what he just ran around with gold dust as a sideshow for people, essentially as a sideshow. Then when he finally get the belt, he does it under that King Booker moniker. He does it under that King Booker act. And I did not like that at all. He couldn't even win the belt as himself. The five-time WCW champion. He got to win it under that King Booker act with that terrible ass accent. He couldn't even be himself for real when he got it. He had to be a heel. He couldn't even win it when he was beloved. He got to be the bad guy, the heel, to get it. And then under that terrible, I did not like that King Booker. It's like, man, come on, bro. We ain't doing that. So when people say, how you going to say he wasn't treated fairly? Yeah, he made money, but he wasn't given the opportunity to really be the guy like he deserved to be. He wasn't given the opportunity to have that shining moment like he deserved to be. You feel me? That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, he made his money, but come on, man. Guys, being a champion when you beloved, that matters to them wrestlers, man. Having your moment of glory, not just being a hated guy, when you beloved winning that belt. Hell, Triple H even had a face run when he became champion. Remember when he came back from injury? What was that, 2002 or something like that? Was that 02? 03, 02? When he became a face for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, bro, nah. Come on, like, we not finna do that. You know, and people coming on here, people's coming under my video getting mad at me. How you gonna tell him how he was treated? Bro, we saw it in our face, bro. We saw it. We saw what went down with him. So nah, bro. We not doing. We saw what went down with him. You know, we not doing that. We not doing that. So yeah, man. I don't know, man, but the crazy part was Booker was more athletic than The Rock. Dude was doing spinneroonie high kicks, all of that. He was doing all of that. You know, he was doing all of that and was still never given a chance to really, really be the guy. And then when I talk about past black wrestlers, look at what they did to R-Truth, aka K-Quick. Like, he is a sideshow joke now. He became a joke. He became a joke, a sideshow of a joke. And somebody even brought it up. They gave his whole gimmick to John Cena. And Cena took off after that. Now, I heard Cena's story saying, you know, people heard him rapping and all of that. Stephanie McMahon and them became aware that he could freestyle and all of that. And they flipped that and told him to turn it into a gimmick. But yeah, man, like, they gave his whole, man, nah. They gave that whole gimmick to Cena, for real. And Cena took off with that, became a household name, and ran with it, man. You feel me? So, like, bro, nah. Booker T, he like a lot of other black wrestlers, when they're employed with the WWE, they want to act like when somebody brings race into any conversation that is preposterous. I understand he's in a precarious situation because he's employed by WWE. But you don't have to say, if you don't say nothing then, right? Don't say nothing if you don't want to go against the company. But as soon as Swerve Strickland say, man, black talent isn't marketed fairly, you got to come out and ride out for the WWE. You got to come out and act like you don't know what he's talking about. You feel me? If you don't want to go against your company in that instance, just don't say nothing then. Don't make it seem like it's all in Swerve Strickland's head. You feel me? Like, don't do that. Just stay quiet then if you don't want to go against your company. Why you got to come out and act like the brother is like he don't know what he's talking about in ways? Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Like don't do that. Don't do that. Like, I don't like that, because I see that a lot of times. Whenever a black person has a problem, whenever a black person has a problem with the way a company is treating black folks, they always bring the brother out from the back just to ride out for the company, to tell the brother everything is a figment of his imagination and he's making his stuff up. You know what I mean? So, like, bruh, say, yo, Mac, you ever see the promo MVP cut in TNA? Nope, I never saw it, bro. Never saw it. Say, look at the stereotypes they use for characters. Crime time. Man, what? What's crazy is Kevin Nash spoke on this same topic also. Underusing black talent and making them jokes. He said R-Truth in real life was a badass. Nah, for real though, man. You feel me? You remember when the APA broke up? When the APA broke up, Farouk and Bradshaw took off. Farouk became a sideshow gimmick. Just a funny, what do you call that? He became a not the straight man, but the funny guy. You know, you just saw him saying, damn. They like Ron Simmons being used as blaxploitation character. They wanted him to be a using him as the blaxploitation character. Damn. That's all he was doing after that. And I'm like, man, Ron Simmons, one of the best college football players that ever graced Florida State University in the Hall of Fame in Florida State. I like when people describe Ron was cut up like that and barely worked out for real. He didn't even have to work out. He was just that cut. He was a great worker in ring. He was just that dope of a dude. They always respect him and say, man, Ron didn't even have to work out as crazy as everybody else. He was naturally just gifted like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. And in WCW, he was champion, all of that. Came over to WWF. He had the Nation of Domination run. I like the Nation of Domination. You feel me? But like, man, bro, like, come on, man. Come on, like, you feel me? Like, man, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that, man. And like Booker T, and that's so like when people, because I made that Booker T video, and you had when I made the Booker T video, you got people get mad at me. How you gonna y'all being? First of all, you got brothers talking about you being a victim. First of all, I hate no black man can talk. You can't have a conversation with me. When you call another black man that's calling out racial discrepancies, you say I'm a victim. I know what side you on. I know what type of black man you are. You gotta stay the fuck over there. Like, don't come talk to me. You use that word victim. I know that's not black folks lingo. That's not the word black people say. That's a word that MAGA folks use. So when you say, oh, you're being a victim, I know what side you on. I know what side your bread is buttered on. You feel me? It's not on that black hand side of that wheat bread. I mean, the wheat bread. It ain't on the black side. The back side is on the on the other side. You feel me? Yeah, man. Like, come on, bro. Like, yeah. So when I made that video, you had some people coming in there. How you gonna tell us? How you gonna tell that man how he was treated? It was easy for us to see it. Easy for us to see it. Yeah, Shelton Benjamin was just one of the greatest wrestlers ever. And never got that push. He had to dye his hair like Adam, dyeing his hair like Cisco, trying to do that. Trying to get his Dennis Rodman on, just to try to create a gimmick so he can hoping and wishing that he can get that push. You feel me? Hoping and wishing, you feel me? And he can get that push. Dyeing his hair like Cisco and all that, just so he can try to get that little standout moment. You know what I mean? The unpopular truth. I appreciate you for that donation, man. I appreciate that a ton. I appreciate that a ton, man. 100%, man. Thanks so much. It means a lot to me and my family, for sure. You know, so MVP was another one. Loads of charisma, no push. Yeah, man. Come on, man. Like you said, Triple H literally told Book to fade to his face with your nappy hair. Yeah, all of that, man. All of that, bro. All of that. So, and right. What's my man name? Charles Wright, the Godfather. Now, the Godfather says he created that gimmick, right? They ran with it, but he said he created that gimmick. But the Papa Shango one, making a black dude, he the witch doctor, the old witch doctor, the African spiritual witch doctor, and all of that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I've been watching this play for a long time. Again, having Mark Henry and that damn that Mae Young thing, like, come on, man. Yeah, Kamala, where they had him from Uganda, all of that, like, got him running around with that thing on face paint and all, like, yeah, you feel me? Like, come on, that stuff I'll be saying. Had Mark Henry with that Mae Young thing giving birth to a hand. Look at the early stages of Mark's career, man. It was just crazy. It was crazy, man. No, this man is talented. And then when he get the push, unfortunately, this is what I don't like, man. A lot of the black talent, they become champion when they're the bad guys, when they're billed as the heels, the bad guys, or if they're a face, their championship run is not long. If they're a face, if they're a face, baby face, their championship run is not long. Especially when I say championship run, especially the belt. Oh man, what? It ain't long at all. If they're here and then to get real, I guess some mainstay glory, you got to be the bad guy, the heel. The Rock was the only one who was able to get mainstay with that belt while being a babyface. And again, I told you what that was about for real. The Rock, they built The Rock. They would market him more as a Samoan than anything. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, like, come on, bro. Yeah, because Kofi Kingston not Jamaican at all. He from Ghana, right? His people are from Ghana, I believe. I think. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, man, like, so this is what I'm saying. Like, Booker was the guy. The guy, man. Oh man, my man, the unpopular traveler. I appreciate that donation, man. Mean a lot to me and my family. He said Kamala had Uganda ready to act up. Junkyard dog, chains, and all chewing on bones. Man, what? All of that chains, chewing on bones, all that stuff that looked like what you would see in a minstrel show back in the day when they're depicting black folks. You know? So that's what I'm saying. And again, I didn't start watching wrestling. Said Zero, say Mills, what's going on, bro? You got the best topics, my guy. I appreciate that, Zero. I didn't even start watching wrestling in '98. I was a little boy, right? So Kamala and all of that, I learned about that after I had gotten older and stuff. You know what I mean? I'm even just talking about from the 98, 99 time all until. You feel me? So me watching them and seeing how they was doing them. You know? They say, remember they let DX do had him in blackface. During the DX Nation of the Domination thing, had them all in blackface and all of that. You know, it's just like, man, like, and then look. Now, I remember, hey, girl next door commented about me talking about Tony Atlas. Oh, Tony is so disappointing. Tony is such a disappointing black brother. Oh my God, man. It's just so disappointing to see him acting like that. Tony is one of them brothers that's an apologist for rape, for anti-black racism at every turn. He has been so, his mind is so warped. Tony, one of them brothers, he now listen, that good old Tony Atlas said, now we don't talk about no racism about old Tony Atlas. Now really, black people, we can be the real racists. It would reverse racism if you think about it. Now I don't know nothing about no racism. If ever when there is racism, I ain't never seen it around these parts around here. Now you get on from around here talking about that racism. Now the master treat us good. Sometimes they let us eat the same food we eat. You know, they give us this opportunity, be on stage. You know, I get to show my muscles in front of everybody. Hey man, I'm like, bro, Tony, that y'all seen the video I posted of Tony and that olive oil looking woman he got. The woman beating on, she punching all on Tony, and Tony smiling and grinning. Happy New Year, smiling and skinning and grinning. Tony licking the bottom of her shoe, sucking on her shoe. Her foot is all, the bottom of her shoe all on his face. All of that. Tony licking all on her, not on her, just her feet, her shoes. Like, what is wrong with you, brother? You feel me? The unpopular traveler. I appreciate you once again, bro. He said they couldn't play them type of games with New Jack. He meant business. Shout out to the homie OJ. And New Jack was crazy than a mug. Wild as hell, crazy as hell. But he wouldn't have went for that. And I would agree with that, man. But I appreciate you in the donation, brother. LeVar, hey man, I appreciate that Cash App donation, LeVar. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that Cash App donation, man. It mean a lot to me, man, for real. But yeah, though, like, come on, man. He said that. He said Tony, another Steve Harvey, Candace Owens. Yeah, like it's so, and it's so bad because Tony is one of, again, he's a pioneer in wrestling because he was the first. He's part of the first black tag team champions, him and Rocky Johnson, right? Soul Patrol. And to see him acting like that, I'm like, bro, this, oh my God. I'd be like, do Tony got kids or do he got grandchildren or something? Cause like, bro, there's no way he should be doing this, man. There's no way, man. Yeah, girl next door, Happy New Year, smiling. The girl punching all on his face, stomping on his face, and he's smiling and skinning and grinning. I say, yo, are we living in the Twilight Zone? Is this an episode of the Boondocks? Are we living in simulation? Because what is going on, man? Man, it's crazy. For real, man. Hey, y'all in here today, man. I appreciate y'all so much, man. Thank y'all so much for coming on in here with me, man. I know it's an odd time of the day, but y'all done came up in here with me. So yeah, when I've seen these things with my own eyes, now y'all telling me who should I believe, Booker T or my lying eyes? Booker T was an extremely talented dude, man, ultra talented, but never got the right push that he should have got. Who cares? He had the USA title, and man, yeah, he got the what you call it title. Did he win the title? And was he winning the title? And was he the man with the belt? Was he given an opportunity to be the man, the guy, like he should have been? Like he should have been, like the audience was dictating. The audience was dictating him to be the man. And he never got the push when he was the face and people was behind him. He never got that push, man. Never did. I don't care, man. In hindsight, that grocery store fight with Stone Cold, I ain't gonna lie, man. And people might say I'm just tripping. It happens to everybody. In hindsight, I'd be looking at that like, man, because back then, you know, I was a WW. When I was a kid, this was during the invasion angle. And I was a WWF guy, right? So as a kid, I didn't care about what happened to the WCW talent. But when I got older, I'm like, man, no, bro. Booker was the dude. He was the guy, man. And look at what's going on when he get over here. You feel me? Like, nah, we ain't gonna do that. You know, and yes, the Gold Dust, and I'm gonna tell y'all this. I said the Gold Dust, him and his Gold Dust tag team, it was entertaining. It was. But let's be for real, y'all. Booker was bigger than them moments, though. He was. He was bigger than the moments. For real. At least when they paired The Rock up with Mankind, Mankind had been WWF champion before. He wasn't a Mankind was not a mid-carder. He was eccentric, but he wasn't a mid-carder guy. None of that. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't. Goldust, man. Goldust was, and yeah, it just, nah, man. And again, it was entertaining, but I felt like Booker was bigger than that moment at that point. You know what I mean? So yeah. So he said, exactly, nephew. They were clowning Booker with that grocery store segment. Even LL, yeah, man, that grocery store segment. LL did. I remember that LL was on WWF at that time. He kept on. LL kept doing that so much they had to take the camera off LL. He kept on doing. I'm like, LL, what you doing, bro? You on Freak Man time right now. Oh man, you showing me so much love, bro. I appreciate you, man, so much more than you ever know. He said they put the belt on Kofi, then let Brock smash him in 3 seconds. Right, bro. Like, man, yeah. So, and that's my problem with the whole fight. Booker didn't have one shining moment in that damn grocery store fight. He just got beat down and embarrassed, getting milk poured all over him, butter, all of that. Like, man, it just, in hindsight, it was like, man, no, man, he shouldn't have got done like that. In hindsight, it was like, man, that ain't how that man supposed to got done. That was never how that was supposed to play out for him, man. And I look at that now and be like, man, no, he was way better than that to get done like that. You say I don't look into the grocery store too much because I can see Scott Hall or Kurt Angle doing it. Given our history, it's not wrong to side eye it. It's fair. Let me say, how long you say, what Zero say? I don't speak on Whitlock being called a token. Hey, listen, I'm definitely gonna get on Jason Whitlock because Whitlock thought he was in good company. He thought he was one of the guys, one of the good old guys. He thought they accepted him. And as I made videos about Whitlock before. They was never cool. He was never on his side. They know he a token, and they use him just to as false credibility to say, hey, we're not racist. Look at this black guy who's saying the same thing we're saying. He was just used for that. He's a token and always has been. He didn't realize he was being used by them until one of them actually say it out of his mouth. And then when he gets called out by Nick Fuentes, he's soft. He's talking. He's talking so softly and so meekly to Nick. He's being so kind with his words. He's picking his words so carefully. But when it's other black men who aren't conservative, oh, he going at they jugular. He talking spicy, talking tough and shit. But when it's time to talk to Nick, oh, he gets all mild and meek and, just going to pray about it. Hey, man, what? Come on, man. Let's be for real, man. Come on, bro. Like, nah. Hold on. So what y'all talking about? Candace Owens? Y'all talking about Candace Owens, bro? So, and I told y'all, I've never been a fan of Candace Owens. Never been a fan of Candace Owens because this is my problem. Candace is a grifter. And a lot of black people try to give Candace this credit. They say, well, she's holding black people accountable. And then I ask black folks, I say, who is she holding black folks accountable in front of? She has an audience of anti-black white folks, anti-black Hispanic people, a lot of anti-black. She has an audience of anti-black folks, right? So she's holding us accountable in front of them. What is that going to do other than get kudos and claps? Good job, Candace. Tell those Negroes that they are a bunch of degenerates. Good job, Candace. Tell those Negroes they'll never amount to anything. Tell those Negroes their culture. It's their culture that's to blame. Tell those Negroes it's their culture that's to blame, not white America, not systemic racism, not racial oppression, not, black people aren't marginalized. It's your culture. Tell them it's their culture to be degenerate. That's right. And so that's why I never jumped on that bandwagon of, hey, Candace Owens just telling it what it is, telling it how it is. No. Her audience is full of anti-black people. What good is she telling us about ourselves in front of them? What is that going to do? You feel me? Like, come on, man. Like, we're not doing that. No. No. So that's why I always tell black people, don't be fooled by that. Oh, she holding us accountable. Who is her main audience? You feel me? Because it ain't black folks. It's not, and it's never been. You feel me? It's pushing anti-black narratives to an audience of anti-black racists. Sounds good, don't it? Right. You feel me? What I was gonna say, Candace said she was brave to criticize black. She was brave, huh? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, but no, yeah, man. So when I get out here and I say certain things, man, like when I made the Booker T video, man, I knew I was gonna get pushback. I knew I was gonna get pushback because I know some people are gonna be like, you know, there are people who feel like black folks should not be talking about race, and we talk about it too much. God damn it, I don't care. I'm gonna keep talking about it. I don't care who get mad. I don't care who get frustrated. When it's a situation, when it's an issue, I'm gonna talk about it. I don't care who gets uncomfortable from it. All right. The truth is the truth. I don't care what Booker T says. Booker T is gonna deny it till the cows come home. He's gonna deny it all day. But we saw what we saw with our own eyes and how he was marketed and how Swerve Strickland was not lying when he said black talent was never marketed fairly in the WWE. Don't bring me up a dude winning a European title, a dude winning an Intercontinental title or the USA title. Don't bring that up to me. Talk about a dude being the guy for real as the WWF WWE champion and having a long run at being a guy for real. Talk about that, and then we can discuss it. You feel me? LVZ, no buck dancing. You say facts, nephew. Candace Owens has never seen a black person who didn't deserve to get didn't deserve to get taken out by police, and you're right about Booker T. Only reason I ain't say the N word is because I don't know if they're gonna demonetize me for saying certain words. Like if I say the K word unalive, you know, they'll demonetize me. So I be trying to be careful about certain stuff. But you know, I do be cussing sometimes, so you know, I guess I'm picking my poison, whatever. But you know, they be sensitive about certain words. So remember how Vince described Booker T with an outdate term that start with a. Hold on, what did he say? What Vince say about Booker T? What did he call him? What we said start with a T. What, thug or something? What did he say? Yeah, Merc is a good word, a good replacement. But yeah, you know, sometimes she said say delete it. Yeah, delete it. You know how they be with some of these words, but they don't want to let you use certain words on here. You feel me? I appreciate y'all's suggestions on what to say. But yeah, man, like I've always felt like I saw it with my own two eyes, you know, in watching wrestling. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. As a kid, man, I didn't even see, because again, I was a child when The Rock first was becoming the guy. And I didn't have any concept of a person being biracial, so on and so forth. I didn't even know for a while as a kid. I didn't know The Rock was half Samoan until I was probably like 8. It's like 7 or 8, I found out he was half Samoan. And I started watching wrestling like 5, 6. And then I found out a couple of years later he was half Samoan because I just saw a dude with a darker skin color like mine, thinking, you know, oh, he just 100% black. Then you just start realizing certain things of how he was marketed. You know, he was marketed as racially ambiguous at times, or just Samoan, You know what I'm saying? So much so that do y'all know there are people who don't know The Rock is black? There are still people to this day who say The Rock is black. And I gotta show him I gotta show them his dad. Cause Rocky Johnson is black than a mug. I'm talking about Afro black. Black like a mug. Not like, oh, he black, but he got a little bit of this in him. He got a little bit of that in him. He got a little sprinkle of that. Rocky Johnson was black. Like, he was a black Canadian dude. You feel me? But there was a lot of people who still don't know that just because of the way he was marketed. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Yeah, you can say the N-word. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's so crazy stuff you can say on here. So the stuff you can say on YouTube and what you can't say is crazy. Yeah. What's my thoughts on Vin Diesel? I've never been into many of Vin Diesel's films. I'm not a Fast and the Furious type of guy. So I've never been what's the word I'm looking for? I've never been attracted to watching the Fast and the Furious. I think I'll watch Pitch Black, but I didn't watch the other Riddick movies. I didn't even watch The Pacifier. So I really, but I know he markets himself as racially ambiguous. You feel me? People don't know, because when he let his hair grow out, he probably got the receding hairline now, but he had an afro in high school and stuff. And people didn't know he had black in him until they saw high school pictures of him. But I believe when he started his career, he still could grow hair, but he was told, hey, you look like you could be something else. So cut your hair off and we can market you as racially ambiguous so you can fill certain roles. You see what I'm saying? LBZ. LBZ, no buck dancing allowed. Talk. He say, appreciate the donation again, brother. Thank you so much. He said, I've been demonetized and shadow banned since 2018. So I know the feeling. Rocky Johnson said he had to KO some wrestlers who were KKK. Yes. He was talking about Dick Murdoch and individuals like that who were KKK openly and would express it. You feel me? And he had to combat some of them individuals. You know what I mean? So I remember him talking about that in an interview that he did. This probably was like 8 or 9 years ago or something like that. I remember that interview. Yep. Say, yeah, but I like you say I like Candace at one point, but once I saw what she was about, I don't rock with her anymore. It's just that simple. Nah, for sure, man. Candace, if you watch Candace close enough, you saw what she was on, for real. And you saw what she was on, Zero. You eventually saw what she was on. You made your way up out of there. So I feel you on that, for sure. The Rock is purposely trying not to be black. And it works. Yeah, for sure. I agree. I agree. Black Maul. I agree. Marketing himself like that, even in movies. You ain't never seen The Rock with no black woman on screen at all. Hell, you couldn't even catch him with a Samoan woman on screen. He was in the movies. His love interest was always white women all the time, all the time. So yeah. Look at Clive, freak self, man. Yeah, man. So yeah, you ain't never see Rock with no black woman on no camera. It's always with the white woman on screen, because he's marketed as that he does that racially ambiguous marketing. So yeah. Now Candace criticizes the same people that made her this big. So what was the movie when he was in a helicopter and he had that look? I don't remember what movie was that. I ain't know he had a movie where he was in it. What was that? San Andreas or something? That's what it sounded like to me. Was it San Andreas or something? Yeah, it's always a white woman or a white looking Spanish woman at The Rock with in every movie. You know what I'm saying? The Rock was in a Tyler Perry film. Boy, The Rock had 30 seconds in that movie. And he damn sure wasn't gonna come back for the sequel, for the third film. Yes. That Why Did I Get Married Too? At the end, he was supposed to be a new love interest for Janet Jackson. The brother was in the movie for 30 seconds. He made a cameo. He had about he said about 7 words in the movie. 7 words in the movie and 7 words in the movie and moved on. And he wasn't gonna come back if Tyler Perry was gonna do a third Why Did I Get Married movie. The Rock wasn't gonna be back. I can tell you that much right now. They was gonna write his character out. He was just gonna be somebody that it didn't work out with or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We wasn't gonna see Rock up in no Tyler Perry movie. Hell no. Oh man. But you know what's so funny though, man? His daughter, if you go on her social media, oh man, I don't know about now, but I remember a couple years ago, oh, she was black. She was riding for black folks heavily. Trayvon Martin on her page. She had George Floyd. She was on that type of time. His daughter Simone, and shoot, Simone, what, 1/4 black? Because Simone mama is Hispanic. The Rock is half black. Was she 1/4? Simone was riding out on her page, you know. He said, his son was white as hell. Y'all, in San Andreas, I ain't never seen San Andreas. You know, I'm gonna say this, man. The Rock was my favorite wrestler growing up. But y'all know he played the same role in every movie. Now, The Rock up in here jumping from building to building with his bare hands. Now, come on now. The Rock played the same role in every movie. He is the strong man that can do anything. You feel me? You know, he jumping from building to building with bare hands. You know, The Rock did do a film about the 1960s-70s civil rights movement for voting rights in Tennessee. Really? I never knew that, bro. What's the name of that movie? Let me know something, bro. I never knew he did a movie like that. What's the name of that one? Eye of the Watcher. What year? He said The Rock did a film about the 1960s/70s civil rights movement for voting rights in Tennessee. You got a lot of blowback for that. Yeah, man. Tell me the name of that movie, bro, so I can check that out. I ain't never know that. Simone must have a dude named Tyrone. She did. Y'all crazy, man. No, The Rock, his early movies was good though. The Rundown, Walking Tall, Gridiron Gang. When they made him lose weight, he was slimmer. Them roles was good. Even Be Cool, that was his most versatile acting I've seen. And Be Cool and stuff like that. The beginning of his acting career, he had some really good movies to start. You know what I mean? And then when he became just real buffed up man, we just super swole, like an action figure, like an ultra action figure. It started to get repetitive after that. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, but yeah. The Game Plan, all of that. My little sister used to love that movie. John Henry and the Statesman. Okay. Oh, he was John Henry. He played, did he? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Rock talks about his possible pride. I'll give it. Yeah, he does talk about Rocky Johnson with a lot of pride, for sure. For sure. He does. For sure. Hey, LVZ. Hey, you out here. You the man out here, bro. Everybody know you, LVZ. You the guy up in here, bro. Everybody know you. San Andreas pissed me off. He said, how you have black? How you have? He said, San Andreas, Stephen B, what's the word, man? South Carolina, you in this thing, bro. Look, I know that's my man. He from South Carolina. He always tell me from South Carolina, too. I respect that, bro. Because, you know, I represent Chicago all day long. I tell y'all right now, if you cut my arm right now, mouse also fall out my arm, not blood. But anyway, Stephen B say, San Andreas pissed me off. How you have black, have Samoan, and have a pure white, blue-eyed daughter? Right, they was always doing it to him. His whole family be white. And like, bro, what? You be like, man, how is this possible? How is this possible, fam? You feel me? You say 803, I get you. how, how would you procreate making these babies? You feel me? I remember, matter of fact, I remember this wrestling promo when The Rock was Hollywood Rock. Actually, the Hollywood Rock gimmick was gold. He was like, The Rock has done everything but make a white baby. He was talking to Lillian Garcia. The Rock has done everything but make a white baby. And then I'm like, in the movies, your babies be pure white as snow. Oh, man. LBZ used to be cooking Carcino. Carcino, boy. You know, Carcino get on my nerves. For real. His son in the movie was Snitch. His son in that movie Snitch was just straight. Man, what? Hey, you ain't lying, Black Mom. I ain't gotta stop. I'm gonna have to do a whole video on that. I'm gonna have to do a whole video on that. All his kids in every movie, his whole family be white. Godly. What is going on? He said, I remember that. They made white babies for him. Make a white baby. And I like in the movies, your baby sure be lily white too, boy. Golly, man. But yeah, man, Hollywood Rock was a really great gimmick, though. I ain't gonna lie. I like the Hollywood Rock. You feel me? Man. Hold on. The Rock has only ever been with white. Yeah, every movie you with a white woman. Every movie, his whole family be white. Every movie, you be like, what? How is this going on, man? You know what I mean? From my knowledge, Carcino really from Chicago. You know, I mean, if you would ask me, I've never seen him, but you know, Chicago's so big. I ain't seen the people I graduated with from high school. I ain't seen them since graduation day. So, you know, but I'm assuming he is. You know, it's ways to find out if a person from Chicago. You ask them what school they went to. You ask them about certain areas or whatever. You know, certain times, certain things that was happening in Chicago, you could talk about. Okay, you from the city for real. Yeah, man. But Triple H always ragged on black wrestlers the hardest. Man, what? I'm for real, man. Like when you find out how Triple H and the Clique was back in the day, because even Mark Henry talked about the Clique and all of that, and people trying to poop in Dwayne in The Rock. Was they trying to poop in his food or something crazy or something like that? Or something like what? Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. Do y'all remember that story about the Clique and them trying to mess with The Rock when he first got to wrestling and all of that? And then Road Dogg hating on The Rock and stuff like that. And then, you know, Mark Henry was speaking about that. And when I'm thinking about them dudes, I'm like, man, a lot of them dudes had that in them. A lot of them dudes had that BS up in them. And then this is when I talk about black men, right? When I talked about the UFC and the culture of the UFC, having black men who acquiesce to anti-black racism. They act like they're cool with, hey, man, it doesn't bother me, man. I let it roll over my shoulder, man. Racism isn't stopping me from achieving anything in life. They're not stopping me from achieving anything in life. A lot of the brothers in UFC all be on that type of time. They be on buck dancing, hard shoe raccooning time. You feel me? And so I said a lot of that culture comes from that gym bro culture. So a lot of times, a lot of brothers on YouTube who are really, really buffed up and swole, and I want to be buffed up and swole and cut up one day too, right? But y'all know I'm never going to be on that anti-black time at all. But a lot of brothers that's real buffed up on YouTube, I get weary of them because that gym culture breeds anti-black racism, right? So the gym culture that the wrestlers be in, it's a lot of anti-black racist jokes that are told in those inner circles, right? And if a black man gets offended by it, they tell him, hey, man, stop being a snowflake. Hey, toughen up. It's just jokes. It's just jokes, man. Toughen up. Toughen up. Toughen up, man. It's just jokes, man. Toughen up. Toughen up. And then they get in their mind that the black people who they telling that to, in their mind, they start they have this warped belief that, hey, man, we're being too sensitive. We're being too sensitive. And hey, man, you know, just let it roll over your shoulder. And they start becoming apologists for anti-black racism. You feel me? So them dudes that was in the Clique and all of that, you know they had that up in them. You know they had a lot of them dudes had that up in them. And they were spreading that around to everybody. I mean, they were spreading that around to other black talent and all of that, unless they knew you was gonna whoop their ass. Because they didn't bring that, because see, they were scared of Farouk. They were scared of him. You know what I'm saying? They were scared of him for real. But if you were a newcomer in the business, you were green, they were trying to mess with you. And I remember Mark Henry talking about pooping in the Rock food, trying to poop in the Rock food, all of that weird ass shit they was doing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, like, come on. If y'all remember, the story was Rikishi said he hit Stone Cold with the car so The Rock could get that spot. He was tired of the company promoting white cats, and The Rock basically denounced it. Hold on, in that angle, I think wait. In that wrestling angle, when it happened, I'm trying to think, did The Rock then I'm trying to remember. I believe you. I'm trying to remember if I remember The Rock doing that. I believe he did. I believe. I'm not saying you lying. You feel me at all. I know you're not lying. But I'm trying to remember if I remember that, and it's on brand for him to do that. Now, y'all know, now what people don't want to talk about is when the Nation of Domination was first formed, The Rock didn't want to wear the kufi or none of that. You feel me? It was like he was afraid of taking that pro-black stance for real, too. You know? He was afraid of taking that stance. He was scared about that. You feel me? And they talked about, the Godfather talked about how The Rock didn't want to wear the kufi. He didn't want to wear the, what you call on his head. You know what I'm saying? That's why I didn't even like that second version of the Nation. I didn't like the one with Owen, because it became a joke. Owen Hart and them riding around. It went from pro-black to, like, you know, from militant. It went from militant to just silly. Like, we just in here acting a fool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't really, yeah. It became unserious. As soon as he became a leader, as soon as The Rock became the leader, the Nation became unserious. And I ain't like that. I ain't like that. Black Maul, that Bama did tell Rikishi to shut his mouth. The Rock just wanted the black cheer, never to embrace. Man, yo. No, I'm not saying he. No. What you mean, Clive? Yeah, no, I'm not saying the man gay, and I'm just saying, like, I didn't like how the Nation became unserious as soon as Farouk got up out of there. You feel me? No, The Rock was close with his father, but Rocky Johnson was not close with his family. Rocky fell out with his mama and when he was 13 years old, and they never rekindled that relationship. So The Rock ain't had no connection to his black family, I don't think, at all. He was always around the Samoans. He was around his mama people all the time. Grandfather, grandmama, cousins, all of them. He was around Samoans all the time. Yeah, in his early days, I remember in the interview, they said, "You the first black," and he cut the interview off. He said, "Well, half black, because if I say I'm just black, that would be to ignore my mom's family too, right?" And while, okay, I don't know, something, again, black folks, we want you to show us solidarity with us, right? We wanted to have that moment. All right, we know you have someone cool, but say you black though. Don't try to put the caveat in there right then. Yeah, wait. Half black, half black, half. Technically, again, he is half black, but man, don't try to, you feel me? Yeah, don't try to throw that. Yeah, that's that Patrick. Don't try to throw that caveat up in there. Don't try to throw that little. Oh, wait a minute. Half black, half black. Yeah. We said, think about that time of the Nation domination. Tupac was the biggest rapper on the planet, rocking Versace. So The Rock saw that and thought, I'm in a black clique, I'll wear Versace like Pop. The Rock barely promotes his Samoan side. The Rock mainly promotes his Samoan side. He barely says part black on stage. And he ain't start really saying part black until he got older. And that's, I think, after he saw his daughter, Simone, standing on business. And she was putting up stuff about Trayvon Martin. And, you know, and he like, damn, I can't let my daughter be all in, and you know, I'm halfway, half footing it. So then he started talking about, you know, I'm half black, half Samoan, yada yada. He started talking about it openly, but he wouldn't talk about being black for real. Early in his career, and even at the height in wrestling, he wouldn't talk about being black and Samoan much. Rock's dad didn't get along with his mom. He did. Rock's dad got along with his mother's side perfectly fine. Initially, Peter Maivia didn't want The Rock. He didn't want Atta Maivia to marry to marry Rocky Johnson, and he said because he was a wrestler, and wrestling guys cheat on their women a lot, right? And he said, you know, because of that lifestyle, he didn't want Atta to marry Rocky because wrestling guys cheat on their women on the road a whole lot. And in which to Rocky Johnson admitted that he did cheat on Atta a lot, right? But after they got married, they was locked in though. After they got married, so much so that Alpha and Sika, the Wild Samoans, was helping to make Rocky look good in the ring a lot. Because they was close to Rocky. Rocky got close to what's my man from Fiji? Hold on, my bad, bro. LBZ no buck dance, and I appreciate you in the donation, man. He said, yeah, but you have black. Hold on. He said, but yeah, you have black, but you will swing from the same tree as me. Right, right. I appreciate the donation, brother, for real, a ton, man. Thank you so much, man, for all the love you showing me, bro. It really mean a lot to me, boss. But yeah, though, like, we say Crime Time should have been tag team champs at least once. Crowd loved them, tons of charisma, but then WWE split them up and eventually removed them from the company. Yeah, all that splitting them up. Snuka, right? Snuka. I said from Fiji, Snuka. Rocky was around Snuka and all of them, and Alpha and Sika, and he became real close with them because through Atta, through being with her. You feel me? So yeah. Rocky got a ton of kids. And we only hear about The Rock. You know, Rocky was married to a black woman before he was with Atta. And he got fully black kids. I don't know if The Rock close to them or not, but Rocky got fully black children. He was with a black woman, married to a black woman before he got with Atta. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And Rocky probably got kids out here he was making everywhere on the road. Everywhere on the road. The Rock doesn't like the Roman Reigns, the top Samoan. Stephen B trying to cause dissension up in the I know our family. He's like, hey, he don't like Roman at the top. He like, you gotta get him up out of there. Jimmy Superfly Snuka. Oh, hold on. See, now you telling me something I don't know. So Tiger Woods' father has other children outside of Tiger. I didn't even know that. Is that what you're saying, LBZ? He was with a black woman before he was with Tiger's mama? Because if he was, if so, I didn't even know, bro. Being real with you idea. Said there's a documentary about Rocky Johnson's kids. That I didn't know either, man. WWE will not push. He said WWE, Brandon McCann said WWE will not push an all black man. They may get a summer run. Then that belt coming off. Yeah, in embarrassing fashion. There you go. Get them a little summertime run. Then the belt coming off in embarrassing fashion. You are 100% right. The belt is coming up off you, dog. That's a fact. He said yes. Tiger has all black siblings. I didn't even know that. I had no idea. And you know it ain't gonna be talked. I don't see him in no pictures with them black siblings either. You know, but yeah, man. So like, I had to get on here because I saw so many people getting mad at me about my stance about Booker T. I'm like, Booker T is lying about being treated fairly. And people, how you gonna tell him? Bro, we all watched wrestling. We all watched it. We watched it with our own two eyes. We saw how he was billed. We saw he was marketed. We saw how Triple H refused to put him over. We saw how when he first came over from WCW, he was a jobber. He went from being a guy in WCW to being an absolute jobber. For real. We saw how it played out. You know what I mean? We saw how they had him running around with gold dust, doing these little sideshow angles, running around with, had little people and with gold dust and little people around and all of that. He became a comedy sketch for a minute. We saw him get embarrassed in that grocery store fight with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold looked like the damn Thanos in the damn grocery store, throwing every type of dairy item all over Booker T in an embarrassing fashion. Booker T didn't have one highlight for real in the whole fight, just getting whooped from pillar to post. You feel me? Like we saw all that happen. We saw him get the belt, the secondary title, as a heel under the King Booker Act. He couldn't even be himself. He wasn't five-time WCW champion when he won that belt. That ain't who he was when he got that belt. When he got that belt, man, when he got the belt, he was hooked under that terrible King Booker Act with their horrible accent. Let's be for real, man. Let's be all the way honest. Yeah, Booker got in 2 hits during that whole little grocery store fight. And I think one of them was a little kick real quick or something. And that was it. Then Stone Cold was back up like Thanos, smoking him. You feel me? So let's not do that. Greatest mic. Woo! Now, Black Maul, I'm gonna challenge you. I don't think Stone Cold's mic work was better than The Rock at all. I don't think. Now, Stone Cold is definitely a GOAT. He's a great for sure. I don't think his mic skills is better than Dwayne Johnson's at all. I like real talk. Dwayne, the Rock would say some stuff on camera. That whole thing he did when he imitated Rikishi, Kurt Angle, Undertaker, and Stone Cold. Like you say, drink some Steve Weisers, listen to some Backstreet Boys, getting my pickup truck, all of that. That was gold. That was gold. When he ran down every one of his opponents, yeah, that was gold. Now, Steve was very good on the mic. But Rock was special on that damn mic. He would do some promos. You'd be like, bro, how the hell? And the packages they would put together for them. That My Way or the Highway was, I think, when him and The Rock was about to fight at No Way Out. And they had that in-ring. They had that locker room interview with good old JR. Jim Ross sitting between them, and The Rock was on one side, Stone Cold was on the other side, and they was having a boxing face-off in so many words, right? Except it was real intense for real, But yeah, in their prime, it was 1A, 1B for sure. Now, Stone Cold was great. He was very good on the mic, very great on the mic. He was. I ain't gonna lie, but I believe The Rock's was a little better than his. Yeah, I believe The Rock's was a little better than his. I think The Rock was very quick with it. And he could flip a lot. I think and this is why, he got them acting roles too. You know what I'm saying? But Stone Cold was very good on the mic, though. Very good. Very strong. The audience would cling to every word he was saying. Then that what, that whole thing started. Yeah. However, Austin 316 is legendary as well as that's the bottom line. That is. It is. For sure. If somebody who's worked with a lot of ex-cons, just scared to go back to jail and they'll do whatever you do. And if somebody, hold on, I'm trying to see what was all said beforehand. From what I heard, Stevie Ray, he used to get on Booker T about, you got to remember Booker T is an ex-con. Yeah, he was. He is. Booker's oldest son is in jail, right? And so I think Booker is just like, man, I was in jail, my son in jail. I'm just going to do it. And listen, and you do what you got to do to feed your people. If you want to take that role on in wrestling, go ahead. You fine with how your career went? That's perfectly fine. But my thing is, don't act like Swerve Strickland, what he's saying is preposterous, or act like you don't know what he's talking about, or you just think it's a figment of his imagination. If you chose to just be like, okay, I'm gonna ride it out, I'm gonna see it through. This is my only option to make my bread for my family, to take care of your people. All right, do what you gotta do. But when another brother speaks out about discrepancies and how black wrestling superstars are marketed, and you come out on the front lines to go against him with your chest out, that's when I got a problem. Because you could have sat around and not said nothing. That's when I get mad. Like, bro, you ain't had to say nothing about it. You feel me? You could have left that what it was. You ain't had to come out and try to act downplay the brother and his sentiments. You feel me? Jabari, what's going on, man? How you feeling, Jabari? HBK as well. Arguably the greatest in-ring worker in my, yeah, man, Heartbreak Kid. He got, HBK got my favorite theme song of all time. That's a theme song that a brother Kappa Alpha Psi would have. You feel? Brother Kappa Alpha Psi like myself. You feel me? Yeah, that's one we would have. Yeah. Yeah, like if you don't, that's my thing, LBZ. Just be quiet then. If you are in a position where you don't want to go against the company that is employing you currently, I'm talking about Booker T. Just be quiet. Why do you have to oppose that man? You feel me? Why do you gotta oppose that man? Hey, it's LeBron. You know LeBron fault. You remember? I say what? Brother's breath stink is LeBron fault. LeBron and Rich Paul and Clutch Sports bought up all the toothpaste. I couldn't brush my teeth today. LeBron and Rich Paul then brought up all the soap in the body wash. I couldn't wash my ass today because LeBron and them body. Somehow this gonna get back to LeBron James. Somehow it's his fault that it's his fault that Booker T wasn't marketed properly. You feel me? LeBron put in the call. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, who is Swerve? Nah, I don't remember Swerve coming at Booker though. I believe what happened is Swerve talked about black. Now y'all can correct me if I'm wrong about the timeline of their interaction, but from my understanding, Swerve, who's now with AEW, All Elite Wrestling, he said that black wrestlers in the WWE aren't marketed fairly. Then Booker T commented on Swerve's comments and basically was saying Swerve just had a personal experience. That really ain't true. So on and so forth. It's not true. Swerve had a personal experience, yada, 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 basically trying to downplay what Swerve was saying. So then Swerve, and he was on Vlad TV when he said it, and I know how brothers feel about Vlad or whatever. But so I get that part. But Swerve, was asked about Booker T's comments and Booker T refuting him, and he said, "Well, Booker, if you say you was treated if you were treated fairly, were you treated fairly? Well, were you treated fairly when Vince McMahon said the N-word in front of you on TV, right?" And then Booker T took exception to that, and I didn't like the verbiage that Booker T used. You gotta do StreamYard one day, Mac, and let us go live. Oh yeah, man, I'm gonna bring y'all up, man. Matter of fact, man, I might bring y'all up in a few minutes, man. Whole time, man. Whole time, bro. Cause I gotta bring y'all on here, man. Yeah, that's gonna make the channel better. Y'all right. Yeah, Booker just came out of nowhere to refute and act like to throw dirt on what Swerve was saying. He didn't go as far. Only thing he said was, man, were you treated fairly? You feel me? Were you treated fairly when Vince McMahon was saying the N-word in front of you? You know? And I made a video about Isaiah Thomas too, about the whole situation. Because I told y'all, I'm a fan of Isaiah. Zeke, I feel like the second greatest point guard to ever live outside of Magic Johnson. And I had to get on Zeke's head. Cause Zeke out here, and I listen, being in Chicago, bro, I done told other Chicagoans to put respect on Zeke's name, because you got dudes in Chicago that was trashing Zeke in favor of Michael Jordan. And I'm like, bro, he from here. He from our city, born and raised. And y'all trashing Zeke for Mike and acting like he ain't nothing. And I done spoke up for Zeke so many times, right? But what he did with LeBron James was clowned out, bro. Especially because Zeke come from an era where his teammates were sniffing that white girl before the game. They were sniffing that yayo. But they was snorting lines before the game. All of that. And he mad that LeBron James was shooting without his shirt off 5 hours before tip off. 5 hours before tip, but they just shooting around. He's getting shots up, and he mad that LeBron got his shirt off. Hey, he said Zeke is the greatest point guard ever, and I'll stand on that. And I won't refute that, bro. Because my brother and them will tell me that the only thing Magic really had on Zeke was size. So I won't refute you when you say that, Black Mom. You feel me? Because my brother and them say the only thing Magic had on Zeke was size. And that's what I'm saying, LVZ. You played with Dennis Rodman. Now, again, Rodman didn't take on all of that crazy stuff until after when he went to the Bulls and all of that. But still, you ain't talking about the professionalism of him. Rodman coming to the game, coming to the post-game pressers, all type of earrings all in his face, all in his nose, eyeliner on his face, lipstick on his face, all type of cheetah print all in his head, all of that. Cheetah print, all type of different color hair, all this. He got all type of Rodman got all type of P-stars at the game with him. All of that looking like a freak show at the game. And you talking about professionalism because LeBron is shooting 5 hours before the game when none of the fans are there. You mad at that. If you don't get up out of here with that, but I told y'all, it's money in hating LeBron James. If I was a LeBron James hate channel, I guarantee I'd be sitting at 25, 30,000 subscribers. I guarantee. Guarantee. Like y'all boy Charles Barkley be saying. I guarantee I'd be sitting up there with that. You say when Zeke go win, yeah, he used to love LeBron. He used to love LeBron. I don't know what Zeke on. Said Phil Jackson, old drug, they did that to Rodman. He said Rodman got that. Hey man, Rodman. I don't know. Said Phil Jackson is a hippie. Him and Rodman got together and it was over. It started in San Antonio, but Phil took Dennis over the edge. Oh my God. Hey. He started wilding out and he started becoming a science, but not a science, what you call it, but you know. Hey, when Ari Spears said, and y'all know I disagree with Ari Spears on a lot of stuff. But when Ari Spears said white women see black men like Dennis Rodman and treat them like exotic pets, I said that is the absolute truth. They look at this tall buck we have, this tall, strong Negro we have that's into tattoo piercings and he has a gothic look. Look at this gothic Negro. You can march around with us at our events. So I mean, Zeke kind of been a snake by airing out your boy, calling him, oh, he was a. Now, I'm a little young. Was it confirmed that did Zeke really say that about Magic? Did he call Magic that for real? Hey, yeah, boy, Ticket TV channel blew up off LeBron. Hey, Dreamers Pro, Scap Attack. These do Uncommon Sense or Uncommon Sense on page. Man Down Sports. The girl named Sports T. You got girls that don't even watch basketball for real, just making LeBron hate content because they know it's gonna go up. Now, I'm not saying that women don't watch sports because I know plenty of women who watch sports. But it's a lot of women that just found out to play. Let me just hate LeBron James. They learned it from their boyfriend and they hate ass daddies. We gonna hate LeBron James too for this bread. Scap attacking them. All he know what you like. Dreamers Pro swearing up and down he hate LeBron. He talk about LeBron more than his favorite player, Kobe Bryant. He talk about LeBron all day long. He make 30, 40 LeBron videos a month at minimum. And when there's nothing to talk about with LeBron James, he make up topics. He pulled topics up from 5, 6 years ago. Like, I'd be like, oh, this is what we doing for real? This is what we doing, bro? Like, for real? LVZ, man, you showing much love, bro. He said that's why everybody knows me. I used to be on this channel debating him, but he took off all of the times. But he took off. He said, well, I used to be on the channel debating him, but he took off all of the times I aired them out. Hey, look, that's how everybody know you. Okay, got you. Matter of fact, when I think about it, because I used to watch channels, I would hear these LeBron hating channels perspectives, right? And I think I remember your name, LV. I think I remember your name being discussed a lot. You right, bro. Ticket would get so emotional and so mad. Like he would get so upset. I remember he had Chris Broussard on, and he tried to convince Chris Broussard that Kobe Bryant was somehow more efficient than LeBron James, and Chris Broussard was not going. And he was, you could tell Ticket was disappointed that a talking head was not going to agree with him and get on his bandwagon and ride out with him, right? Then Ticket befriended Kwame Brown, and y'all know how I feel about Kwame B doing. Woo! And I know Stephen B be mad I be getting on his South Carolina brother. But I'll be putting that belt on Kwame. I'll be putting that belt on him. Because he should be ashamed. He got all that smoke for LeBron James. Don't got no smoke. Don't got no smoke for Michael Jordan, who was really punking him, or Kobe Bryant that was treating him like a goofy too. So that, and LeBron ain't never did nothing to him. Black Mall, see, I see just as much glazing for LeBron as I do hate. But let's be for real though. Do the LeBron loving channels, do they get as much love as the LeBron hate channels though, Black Mall? Do you see the LeBron loving channels really get a lot of like bread and bank like that? Like get as much traction as the LeBron hate channels for real? If anything, I know right now, if you make a LeBron hate channel, if I made a LeBron hate channel tomorrow, I bet you, all I got to do is talk like I'm talking right now and be as this emphatic, this, have this type of like energy and talk with vigor and angst for LeBron James. If I talk like that, nah. Yeah. If I talk like that, my channel will go skyrocket. I'm talking about in about 3 weeks, I would at least have 3,000 subscribers just off of LeBron hate. In about 3 weeks, and y'all know in YouTube is not hard. It's hard to build an audience. It's not easy to build an audience unless you're an extremist. If you're an extremist if you're a woman hating channel, if you're a MAGA channel, if you're a LeBron hate channel, because again, I tell y'all all the time, anti-black conservatives run YouTube. Okay, anti-black conservatives hate LeBron James. They do. Anti-black conservatives run YouTube. If you notice, any anti-black video, it gets pushed heavily in the YouTube algorithm. So a lot of the anti-black conservatives can't stand LeBron James because LeBron speaks out against police brutality against black folks. They want him to shut up and dribble. So you can get an audience quick off of LeBron hate. That's why it be so crazy to me when these dudes hate LeBron and then they be talking pro-black and then they be wondering, why do I have all these people in my comment section who talking down on black people? Well, you've attracted that audience with the LeBron hate. A lot of them dudes that hate LeBron are anti-black conservatives. So you've attracted that audience over there with you. That's the audience you built. You feel me? Yeah, you do what No Life Shack and Stevie Knight do. Play to the white masses. You feel me? And they go, and that's how they get big. And y'all know I broke down Stevie Knight. I've broken down No Life Shack. I've broken down the Cartier twins on this channel. I've explained exactly who they were and the formula that they followed to gain their following. It all started off with music reactions. Then it goes to Eminem reactions. And then after Eminem reactions, it goes to Tom McDonald reactions. Then it goes to Ben Shapiro reactions. Then it comes to everybody else in the MAGA sphere. Then it goes to Candace Owens and Thomas Sowell and all of these other individuals. And then the next thing you know, their channel is filled with anti-black racists. And they're happy because they're getting that traction and getting that motion. You feel me? So, yeah. When are you going to invite Kwame Brown them on the channel? Well, I can go in there and tell them to come on the channel. I don't know if they'll listen, but yeah, I can invite them on and talk to them. And I'm going to tell them about themselves too. So, yeah, we can get that going. Cartier family buck dance like crazy. First of all, what are young black men in their early 20s doing listening to Tom McDonald? What the hell are you listening to Tom McDonald for? If my grandmama heard me listening to Tom McDonald, she slapped the hell out of me. I'm just being for real. What? Like, why the hell are you listening to Tom? That damn MAGA rap, conservative and rap don't even go together. That is just oxymoronic to go together. You feel me? Why are you listening to that? That don't make no sense for you to be bumping that music. But young black men riding around listening to Tom. No black man is riding around with that acting like it's fire. He said he ain't gonna come on, bro. He ran from me talking about Kwame. Yeah, I already know. I know he not. You feel me? However, when it comes to sports specifically, that nobody gets more hate than Michael Jordan. People told lies. Nah, bro. Black Mall might get a ton of love, bro. Yeah, there are channels that there are channels who believe that Michael Jordan invested in prisons. That's a whole different Michael Jordan. But Mike gets a lot of love. Members of the Ku Klux Klan love Michael Jordan dirty draws, Black Mall. We can't do that, Black Mall. Members of the KKK love Michael Jordan. Members of the Ku Klux Klan love Michael Jordan. When George Floyd got unalive, Michael Jordan donated money to some black organizations, and he also donated money to the police. You feel me? To the police. We can't do that. Right? We can't do that, Black Mall. Mike get the most love out of anybody. If let's be for real. You got young dudes that talk about Michael Jordan crazy, but man, Michael Jordan gets so much love, man. For real. So we can't do that. Mike get a ton of love. And from the most racist people. Wait, Michael Jordan, man. Come on, it's Michael Jordan, man. Come on, Michael Jordan, man. Yeah. So we can't say that, bro. We can't say that. Mike is beloved. Especially now. Especially, oh my God, now that LeBron James has, took strides in his career as a player over these years. Oh man, people will use Michael Jordan as a buffer for LeBron James hate. People will use Michael Jordan as a way to get your hate off about LeBron. So, yeah, Mike is the outstanding basketball player. I have him number one all time on the court. I got LeBron number two. I got Mike number one all time on the court, but Mike be out here wild. Mike be out here losing, like, you know what I'm saying? Mike, not wilding, but you know what I mean? Mike don't be standing in solidarity with black folks like that, publicly at least, you know what I'm saying? Now, Black Mall, you don't believe that, bro. Come on, you saying our community people ish on Mike way more than Bron? You got people who pro-black that ish on Mike, but there are a lot of black men who can't stand LeBron James. I saw a pro-black Instagram channel trashing LeBron James. I mean, I saw this brother who was pro-black all on his page. He got all this pro-black talk on his channel about black unity, black love, and he was belittling LeBron James in favor of Kobe Bryant. And I asked that brother, I said, bro, you got all this pro-black stuff on your channel, and you down in the black man that married the black woman for the black man that married the Latina. Make it make sense. So, come on. You feel me? Yeah, you don't believe that, bro. You don't believe that. You feel me? Yeah, like Mike told comedian, I ain't take no picture with no N-words. Then told him, I tell you what, if you pay $15,000 for one of them jerseys, then I'll take a picture with you. Right? Mike be out here wilding. For real. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, might get a lot of pushback from pro black people, but in general, I've seen LeBron James trashed by black folks more than Mike. You feel me? A lot of black women love LeBron because LeBron married a black woman from around the way. He married a black girl that you can find, that you ain't got to go to the Calabasas to find. He married a black girl that you ain't got to find in the nooks or crannies of a foreign island. He married a black woman you could find in the hoods of Chicago, in the hoods of Akron, in the hoods of Detroit. That type of black woman. And black women love a black man who is in position financially and is still pouring that wealth into a black woman. So he gets a lot of support from black women. Bron does. But he also still gets some hate from black women too, because there's some black women that listen to their husbands all day. They be like, he a crybaby. And I'd be like, where you heard that from? Your husband told you that shit? Did your hating husband tell you that? Did Tawana tell you that? Like Tawana, like Allen Iverson mama. Did Tawana tell you that? You feel me? So, yeah. Right now, Black Mall. Go to the barber shop. Go to the black barber shop. And you say right now in Chicago, Illinois, if I go into the barber shop that I go to get my haircut right now, say LeBron better, and if I say LeBron better than Michael Jordan, watch the pushback I get. Y'all, and let me tell y'all this, right? Hold on. Well, why? Hold on. So if LeBron know that, why Michael Jordan don't do the same thing? I don't care if he play on that. As long as he using his voice to stand up for black folks. I don't care when people be like, it's fake. I don't care if it's fake or not. I don't care if LeBron supported black people, if his voice against systemic racism, if his voicing against police brutality is fake or not, he's still doing it. So I don't care if it's fake or not. As long as he lending his voice and stuff to them issues, I don't care if it's genuine or not. I don't, because it's more than, because let me tell you something, Michael Jordan ain't never gonna stand out there and do that. Michael Jordan ain't never gonna be out there standing on them type of lines like that. But anyway, the barbershop that I go to, I'm so mad. Y'all know Tim Hardaway was in my barbershop the other day? Tim Hardaway was in a barbershop that I get cut at, right? Now, y'all know Tim from Chicago. Man, that would have been the perfect time to ask him about, why did you say that about LeBron James? You feel me? Why did you say that about LeBron James? Saying, I ain't say LeBron because he can't do it. He can't hit them shots. Like, Tim, knock it off. Knock it off. He said there are certain players, I forgot the exact quote, but in certain words, he was like, there are certain players that can, I forget exactly. It was something about certain players not being able to make the shot when necessary. Something crazy. And he was basically saying, I didn't say LeBron. He named certain players. He didn't say LeBron name. He said Kyrie, so on and so forth. You see, I didn't say LeBron because he can't do it. I'm looking like, Tim, your own son would tell you you're lying. You feel me? Your own son would tell you he lying. Yeah, your own son would tell you that. But Tim was in my barbershop. My barber put it up that he was talking to Tim Hardaway. My barber nickname is Zeke. And Tim told my barber, now why your name Zeke? There's only one Zeke from Chicago. That's Isaiah Thomas, yada, 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 right? You know, Tim a little slick talking Chicago, South Side, right? So I mean, you feel me? So I've been in there, Tim. Now, you can't be, you saying something about LeBron James. Now we got to talk about what you said, because I disagree. You feel me? I think you tripping. I know you tripping, matter of fact. Yeah, because I wish I could get him on there. But anyway, said Joe Black, Stephen A., Jason, Ishlock, Black Authority, and many others have criticized LeBron James for his statements or the lack of strength in his statements when speaking up on black issues. Just because you don't know what don't know, just because you don't mean it, just because you don't know, don't mean it ain't out there. Right. Did Chicago rock with Jordan? Oh, what? Imperial Stats? Understatement. They love Michael Jordan here. Bro, being a LeBron fan in Chicago was so brutal as a kid. That's why LeBron pushback don't bother me. I'm 32 years old. When I was arguing with grown men in the barbershop when I was 10, 11 years old. So this is why this fear, the argument on this space does not get to me. I like the banter. I can do that all day. I can talk crazy because I got prepared in the barbershops being a LeBron fan. Like I was not even saying he was better than Michael Jordan. You had people in the barbershop upset with me because I was a LeBron fan because I was riding with Bron. You had people in the barbershop mad that I was even rocking with them like that. You feel me? Like when he beat Detroit and all of that, and I was riding for him, you had people in the barbershop mad at me. You like LeBron? Oh, what? Of course. You like him? He can't do this. He can't do that. Like, I'm telling you, it was from the beginning. Bro, people know he an a-hole, and they make excuses for him here. Quentin Richardson, y'all know I love Chicago. Chicago got some hating ass dudes here. Quentin Richardson, prime example. He never want to give Bron credit for a lot of stuff. But Quentin Richardson is a Jordan brand athlete. So when people be saying LeBron pay off everybody, LeBron, a lot of his biggest critics, you find out they signed to Jordan brand. Quentin Richardson is signed to Jordan brand. Steven Jackson is a Jordan brand athlete. Darius Miles is a Jordan brand athlete. They're signed to Jordan brand. You see what I'm saying? And, you know, when they be like, Clutch hand out them checks, we have literal proof of Michael Jordan handing out them checks to folks. So, you get what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, like, you feel me? Everybody ain't gonna be, and like you said, he ain't gotta be extremely woke, but as long as he ain't anti-black, I'm good. And I tell y'all, man, he don't go against black folks. Bron don't go against black folks, and he don't go against black folks. He married a black woman. Everybody around him that he putting on in position of, everybody that he grew up, all the black folks he grew up around and he grew up with, he got them in position of power. He got them caked up. You feel me? So, yeah, I ain't mad at that. If you read, I say he was criticized also for what people thought the lack of strength in his statements was speaking out. Yeah, most black folks know if they stand and stuff in front of a camera and say certain trigger words, they got us. Their actions, though, say a whole nother story. What's lacking in LeBron actions? You feel like he need to be donating more money? Feel like he need to be marching with black folks a lot more? What you think he need to do specifically more of? Pouring money into HBCUs? I'm all for that. As an HBCU graduate, I'm all for that. I never really watched Bron. I got so deep into hip hop, I stopped watching after the Kobe Shaq era. Man, bro, so I grew up in a sports family. So got Michael Jordan's the Chicago Sun-Times newspaper clippings. They got that still up on the walls in my grandmama house. You feel me? So my grandmama watched sports. My auntie taught my cousin how to play basketball. My cousin went on to play basketball at West Virginia University for his freshman year. And then after my brother had his life taken from him, he transferred back closer to home to Toledo, to the University of Toledo. Because West Virginia was trying to play him as a role player too, one. This is before West Virginia became the West Virginia that everybody came to know. When my cousin played at West Virginia, they were at the bottom of the Big East. They were that's during the Kevin Pittsnoggle era. This is 2003. During that time, that my cousin went to go to West Virginia for his freshman year. Then, you know, he went to University of Toledo. But yeah, I grew up in a sports watching family. So yeah, grew up in a sports watching family. So I've always been locked in with the sports. And I gravitated to Bron a lot. I think because his personality kind of mirrored mine, especially I didn't have a ultra aggressive personality. I had a fun loving spirit. Yeah, he was very ingratiating to the younger talent around him. And then he was just very good. He was an outstanding player. You feel me? So I started after the rookie season. At first, when Bron and Carmelo first came into the league, I thought Carmelo would be better than him. And then by that second year, I knew nah, LeBron was gonna be the one. And then I was following the young dude after that. Black Maul say not just Bron. I think all black people with money need to stop leaving the hood. That's where the blacks y'all say y'all are trying to help. Y'all are trying to hold on. Y'all say y'all trying to help art, but y'all get money and leave and build b-ball court. That's a fact, Black Maul. That is 100% a fact, brother. That's I agree with you 1,000% on that. I agree with you 1,000%. Shakayla, thank you so much. Thank you so much. She said, I love your channel and I love the support you show to me. Thank you so much. I appreciate it a ton, Shakayla. I appreciate it, Shay. But yeah, though, man. So like, what was I saying? Nah, I agree with you though. That's why when I brought up y'all remember that discussion I just had on the video I made about black people being community driven versus individualistic. And I used that anecdote about DJ Envy being at the Breakfast Club and Envy bragging on his children being in he was bragging on his children being in private school. And then you saw pushback from Killer Mike. And he was like, basically telling Envy what happens to kids who don't have the finances to go to private school. Are they supposed to just fall to the wayside? You feel me? What happens to those kids? Why can't we pour more resources into the schools in our neighborhoods versus trying to send our kids away and outside away from other black kids and outside of the communities and outside of the areas that we live in? You feel me? Because everybody do not have the means to send their kids to the private school across town. Even if they got the money, some kids can't commute them all the way across town. You know what I'm saying? So, and that was an important conversation for real. I remember when I first heard that, me and my mom had a whole conversation about it because I was always in Chicago public schools. Now I went to a magnet school, but it was still a Chicago public school and elementary school. Kindergarten through 8th grade, I went to a Chicago public school. My public school was in the hood Tony Allen come from, Loden Homes on 95th Street. Tony Allen went to the same elementary school I went to. My grandmama remembered Tony Allen. She remembered teaching Tony Allen as a substitute teacher in that school, right? Now, what score did she go to? You said, I'm from Chicago. What score did she go? What you mean? Who is she? Explain what you're saying to me. What score did she go to? I don't know. You got who you talking about? What score? Or do you mean school? What do you mean? But anyway, so yeah, being in this school, I was living in Inglewood at the time when I went to this school. I'm living on 65th and Low. This school on 93rd and Princeton Park, right? So, but my mom and them had the wherewithal to send me to this other school. My school was in the hood, but it was a magnet school, far away. Not far, but a decent amount away. It was out of my district for real, but I shouldn't have had to do that. I should have been able to go to school in my neighborhood and be a good school. What school did I go to? I went to Morgan Park High School, bro. High school, so elementary school, I went to Turner Jew Language Academy on 93rd and Princeton. That's right by 95th and the Dan Ryan. High school, I went to Morgan Park High School. Morgan Park High School, same high school. The great Macy Jemison graduated from my high school. The first black female astronaut into space. Macy Jemison came from my school. We had a lot of other people that came from my school too. If you're familiar with collegiate sports, Wayne Blackshear was my classmate. He went to play for Rick Pitino, won a national championship there. He was a McDonald's All-American. Jeremiah, the singer, he went to my high school. All of that. So I went to Morgan Park. Uh, let me see. Did anybody know? Hold on 1 second. I'm from Chicago. Are you from Chicago? What school you went to, man? What's that? What part of Chicago you from? I think you're a guy. I don't want to say my guy. So your cousin went to Morgan Park. Who your cousin, man? Yeah. He said, y'all the F around got me started. He said, hold on. Somebody said, what? Nah, Jeremiah, he sounding terrible now. Yeah, bro, I be at Rosati's, man. You feel me? I was at Rosati's last night before I went to work, actually, my boy. You feel me? Mm-mm. I ain't even see what's going on. What's happening in the chat? I'm trying to see what's going on, man. I ain't even see what's going on. He said, hey, Mac, you and LBZ got to do a live. Hey, nah, we got to do a live together, bro. I'm all for that, man. I'm all for that, man. Hey, matter of fact, man, I'm finna do something real quick, man. I'm finna do something real quick. Hold on. Let me see something. Let me see something. Damn, how I do this, y'all? How do I do this? Let's see. Let's see. How do I do this? Let's see. Let's see. Settings. No, wait. I know how to do this, y'all. This crazy. I'm gonna sub to his channel 100% as soon as I get off here. Hey, man, Black Mall, it's all love, brother. I don't $1. I don't care what it is. I appreciate the donation regardless, man. Thank you so much, bro. The love, the regard, you, whatever you get, whatever you got, bro. I appreciate it, no matter what, man. I appreciate that, big dog. I'm trying to figure out. I know how to do this because I had my homie on here the other day. How do I copy the link again on StreamYard? How do I copy the link for the stream? What the fuck? Hold on. Let's see. Let's see. I know what I'm doing, y'all. I promise I do. It's crazy. I know what I'm doing. I thought I did at least. I mean, hey, Clive crazy, bro. Clive being here wild and out, bro. He really do. Mm-mm. Hey, that ain't even why they sent me that little thing to share that referral link. I wasn't even trying to do that. I'm trying to get the oh, I see what I gotta do. I see what I gotta do. I see what I gotta do, man. No, bro. Mars be wearing that black, they like black women shirt. That man killing me, bro. Killing me. So Pete, cause I got a nice amount of people on, I'm gonna bring people on for about like a good 4 to 5 minutes a piece. Just so I can get people on. So y'all click that link if you want to come onto the stage for a quick minute. Only because is I don't know how many people want to get on for a minute, and I can just put y'all on screen with me for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Told you I do. Press the red button. So if you want to get on the stage with me for a minute, for a few minutes, y'all can click the link. You know that I just put in here. If that works, I think it would work. But to your point about Booker T, he's always trying to hype up the WWE ish without discussing the racist BS. Swerve got some funny style ways about it. Now I get you. I get you. I just didn't like him trying to downplay what Swerve was actually saying. Because Booker, whenever somebody has an issue with how race is played out in wrestling, they always bring out Booker T from the back, and Booker T come out on the front lines saying that the black man that's talking about race is tripping and he out of his mind, and he always trying to downplay what a black person is talking about when it comes to race in the WWE. When we all know his credibility to what that person is saying. My man, what's going on with you?
What's going on, Matt?
I'm good, man. I can't complain, man. I'm alive and well, man. I can't complain. I can't complain, man. What's going on with you, dog?
Man, first of all, thank you for allowing me on your platform. I'm as a fan, as you know, I be in them comments heavy, brother. I feel like I relate to you a lot, man. I heard your story. I mean, me and you kind of similar. I got kids too, started at a young age. I got a 21-year-old, a 19-year-old, and a 16-year-old, all by the same woman, my wife. I know they like to say we as black men like to create black house, broken homes, but I ain't on my Nick Cannon stuff.
Hey, that's honorable,
with my
bro.
high
My
school
bad for cutting you
sweetheart.
off. That's honorable, brother. That's
Yeah,
honorable, brother.
yeah.
Yeah,
All time with my high school sweetheart, who's now my wife. So
that's love.
when I heard you talk about your story, I just instantly related. You know what I mean? Just being,
Yeah,
I'm from DC, you from Chicago. It's a lot we can relate to just growing up in the inner city and going through poverty and what that bring and the trauma and experiences we have due to that. So
yeah,
we kind
yeah.
and I appreciate, like I said, brother, I actually was going through a lot. You done helped me get through it. Like, you don't even realize this how powerful these platforms are. Like, I just recently buried my mother 2 weeks ago, and this helped
Oh
out a
man.
lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, you was having kind of just, even though you wasn't even talking about nothing specific to that, it just gave me a chance to get away from that. You know what I'm saying? To come on here and talk about stuff I enjoy talking about, whether it's basketball, football, whatever, things we talk about, music, whatever your topics are for the day. So I want to personally say thank you for that, and not just to you, to people in the discourse, to Clive, to my man LV, you know what I'm saying, a couple of
Yeah.
people, man, you know what I'm saying, Stephen B, rap God. Damn, I'm drawing a blank right now, but there's a couple people in there who I've been going back and forth with, man. Thank you to y'all, you know what I'm saying, because y'all, everybody done helped me out. Just, you know what I'm saying,
Man.
help me keep my sanity and somewhat remain, sane and going through this difficult time.
Yeah, man. Look, let me say this, man. I'm sorry for your loss too, bro.
Appreciate it.
It's so funny, man. I not funny, but it's so crazy. I was just talking to my mother yesterday, and I was telling her like so many people around me. I'm 32. A
Yeah.
lot of people I went to school with, they lost their mothers and fathers all, at super young age. Some of them 5 years ago.
Right, right.
And I always talk about my line brother, my fraternity, my line brother's in here right now. He lost his mother right
Okay.
before we started pledging, man. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I get to that, I get emotional for a lot of people because I know how we a lot of us grow up, man. We be
Oh,
close with our
for sure.
mothers and our
For
parents and
sure.
stuff. You know what I'm saying? And
That's the
so
way it's supposed to go, though, Mac. That's one thing I've been reminding myself, because unfortunately, my mother, we had to bury my little brother 7 years ago. And I hated that war. I hated it because you're not supposed to do that. You ain't never supposed to bury your kid. Your kids are supposed to bury you. You know what I mean?
yeah, man.
So, I mean, she ain't suffering no more, so I'm good. Like I said, thank you and everybody else in here who helped me through that. But to specifically the topic we was talking about, bro, as far as the Booker T joint, man, I agree 110% with you on that. And the point you was making, like, because I was trying to explain myself in the comments, but it's hard to do it typing. Like, that was my whole point with Mike. What we suggesting for Booker T is why I am respecting for Mike. I grew up in a very pro-black environment. All I heard was shit talk about Mike my whole life, to the point I wasn't a fan of the guy until I got older and was able to think for myself and research stuff, because that's one thing I like to do. And I suggest that to everybody. Don't never just
Yeah,
listen to stuff and anybody tell you. Research everything. So
yeah.
I started doing that, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I see a lot of people who talk this pro-black stuff, but when you look at their actions, it's like, as far as what they're doing, like, for example, we as black folk, I typed in there, we got the same amount of wealth we had today as we did when Martin Luther King got assassinated, bruh. So it's been a lot of people talking about what they've been doing since then, but what have you really been doing? You get what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
I feel like it's been a repetitive cycle, and people to say certain things and speak on, and we'd jump up like, oh yeah, man, that's cool. But to me, it's not really about that. It shouldn't be about that. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
it should be more so, okay, that's cool. I hear what you're saying, but what you doing? And if you're not doing nothing, then like we suggested for Booker T, shut the F up, basically. Like, I would respect you not saying nothing and just getting out the way versus you presenting yourself as an ally. But at the end of the day, you really protecting your bottom line. See, that's why I don't like Negroes like Killer Mike and all these dudes, because at the end of the day, all they talking about is something that's going to help their bottom line. Like, if we do what they say do and join that, that's going to help him get more money. You see what I'm saying? But what about me? I
Yeah.
live in Southeast DC. You live wherever you live. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what, bro,
Yeah.
what that's going to do for us? They ain't doing nothing for me. You see
So
what I'm saying? And that's
yeah,
my problem right now. We got a lot
yeah.
of people using the black plight and black hardship to sell things. And I hate that, bro. Like, and I feel
Now,
like everyone like us should hate that. Like, that should be an
yeah.
issue for us.
Now, my bad for cutting you off
You
too.
good? You good? This is your platform, brother.
Nah,
My bad, bro.
I appreciate you coming on. But I like, letting y'all get y'all sentiments out. But no, you got a great point. So, like I told y'all all the time, I grew up a big Jay-Z fan. That was like my favorite rapper, right? Jigga Man rap, right?
Yes, sir.
And as I got older, you start to see things a little differently. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? And so me getting pushed back to Jigga was when the whole situation Colin Kaepernick played out. And then I was like, because then, when he did the NFL deal, and I say, now Jigga, I had a problem because we talk about capitalism within black community and stuff like that. And how I say now Jigga, and actually one of y'all sent Nana sent me something about black excellence versus like black upliftment. So many words, right? And a lot of times the black excellence label gets placed on black capitalism, which
Exactly.
enriches the pockets of that person, but it really does nothing for black people as a whole, right? And so I feel what you're saying though, because there are times where I'm like, yeah, that person is getting wealthy, is getting their family wealthy,
Right.
but what does it do for black people as a community? Which is
Exactly.
why, I made a video about black people being taught to be individualistic versus
Great video.
community
That was
driven.
a great video, by the way.
I appreciate it. And I was like, yeah, when I think about, so I went to historically black college for undergrad, right? And I thought about how so many HBCUs were closing down because they didn't have funds and resources, so on and so forth. And I'm
Right.
like, man, like it shouldn't be the case, especially because I know, like, I was in the Mississippi Delta, which is one of the poorest regions
For sure.
in the United States of
You
America.
saw poverty for real, bro.
Yeah, I seen poverty in a different way down there.
For sure.
Like, even being from Chicago,
You gotta
our poverty still is not looking like dilapidated houses where it's like you don't think nobody living there. Like Mississippi with shotgun houses, poverty.
You gotta go abroad to see worse than what you saw in Mississippi, brother, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So then I'm like, man, this school that we at is educating all these black folks, getting them degrees though. This school need to stay open to keep educating black folks, to be able to get them opportunities to get their degrees and so on and so forth, and go into the world with this piece of paper that they say we need to get what we got to go or whatever. So I definitely agree with you 1,000% on that, man. And yeah, we do have to be community driven, because like I told you, my mama was working at that law firm, man, and she was seeing people she worked for, they getting their nieces and nephews and their best friends kids in there, and they making money. They don't even got no degrees, and they
Exactly.
get picked up to be glorified assistants, essentially. You know what I mean? So, and I'm like, man, that's something we got to be doing, man. Something we supposed to be doing.
Like, we gotta adopt a more socialistic behavior, like a capitalism, bro. It don't even work for white people, and that's what I be trying to tell black, like, bro, it's not even working for them. Like, just look at the numbers, bro. It's not working for white men, okay? And anything that don't work for white men in America, why your black ass think it's something you should adopt and it's gonna work for you, I have no idea. But whatever, we got a lot of people who truly believe that. Now, when you talk socialistic work, people start thinking, oh, so we all supposed to make the same. No, we not gonna all make the same. You a doctor, you gonna make a doctor salary. You an NBA
Mhm.
player, you gonna make that. Just stop leaving the hood, bro. Like, just if y'all just take those salaries you make and keep it where you are, that will. I'm telling you, bro. But again, I get it. You get the problem is, Mac. You spoke about this in one of your videos. I can't remember. We was talking about how people make it was I think Issa Rae and them, and we was talking about how you got too many people making movies about the struggle that's not really from it. You get what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
To me,
Yeah.
that's the like, bro. And you probably being that you went to an HBCU, you players, you firsthand seen. I got a lot of people in my family who had doctorates and got a lot of letters behind their name. And I
Yeah.
see myself in my own family, Mac. Like, you got a lot, like the black bourgeoisie is a problem, and we really have to talk about this, bro. Like, it
No,
is
for
a
sure. For sure. For
problem because
sure.
they are under the mindset that their lives would be so much better if it wasn't for poor black people. Like, they really believe that. Like, they believe if poor black people don't exist, they would be all right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, and it's
yeah.
crazy. And I'm talking about people who I love, who raised me, who have molded me and gave me thought process, like, feel this way.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's
Yeah.
crazy. It's like, man, I
Yeah.
can't believe you really believe that, bro. Like, that's
Yeah.
wild.
For sure, man. And I agree with a lot of that sentiments about how poor black people are treated. I mean, I saw it being even when when I first got out of college and I didn't have a job yet. You know, you qualify for food stamps, and I'm like, I need to have something because I ain't got no job at the time when I first got out of school. And I'm seeing how black folks getting treated in the aid office by other black folks. Like, you ain't got no money to get talked to, like you ain't next to nothing. So I definitely saw that firsthand, man. But nah, bro, I appreciate you getting on, man. We got some other people in the lobby. So I want to get them on real quick if I can. But look, I'm gonna do this a lot more now because I have to do this to talk to y'all. So
Man,
I
appreciate
appreciate you coming
you
on.
and everybody. Huh?
I appreciate the donation you gave and everything too. Hold on. 1 second. I'm gonna add LVZ. I'm gonna add you in a minute. Hold on, bro. I'm gonna add which color to the stage right quick. Yo, you still on?
Yeah, I'm still on. Can you hear me?
I hear you. What's going on with you, bro?
Not much, man. I see the topic, and this topic really intrigues me a little bit, man.
Yeah.
Hey, look, Booker T. Hey, Booker T. Man, he's been known to lie a lot. What's up, Oliver Clinton? Whatever your name
Clive,
is. He said, "What's up?"
Clive, yeah.
Uh, yeah, he's been known to lie a lot. Think about it. He even went. I don't know if you seen the Ghetto Boys podcast, but he actually justified Trayvon Martin getting killed by George Zimmerman.
What?
He actually kind of tried to justify it a little bit. Have you seen Scarface and Willie Diaz?
Yeah,
They got
Willie
a
D. Yeah,
podcast.
for sure. For
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
yeah,
I didn't see when Booker was on because Booker from Texas, just like them. Yeah.
yeah,
I gotta watch
yeah.
that. I ain't never know that.
Booker, I wouldn't say he tried to well, in my opinion, he tried to
I
justify
get
it a
what you're
little,
saying. He probably danced around it a little bit. I got you.
yeah, uh, yeah, as they always do. But I feel like this. Swerve didn't necessarily say nothing bad. I mean, yeah, he said fuck Booker T, but that was after all the melee. All he said was that's not being treated fairly when Vince uses the N word, right? And I hate to say it, but facts are facts, facts are facts, my dude. My
Yeah.
dude, and Triple H are saying that oh, he people like you don't beat people like me for the world title and shit.
Yeah.
So
I
I
look,
don't see what's up.
go ahead.
Nah, go ahead. What you was gonna say?
Nah, like I agree with all of that. And so, like, Booker was an exceptional talent, exceptional wrestler. But the way he was marketed, he was not marketed fairly. We all know that. He
They
was Triple H refused to put him over at WrestleMania. Even how
and
that
not,
whole that fight played out in the grocery store with him and Stone Cold in the way. I mean, he just got stuff pulled all over. He had like what 2 hits in the whole brawl. And he was losing the guys left and right when he came over from WCW. And I'm like, bro, come on, man. And then when he got the belt, he only got it under that King Booker moniker. He couldn't even be his real natural self. 5-time, 5. He couldn't even be that when he got the belt.
But
You know what I'm
let's
saying? So
but let's
yeah,
think think about it. They didn't even want to give his ass the belt. They had to take it off of Batista, because if you think about it, around that time, JBL was on the verge of retirement,
yeah,
and not to mention there wasn't nobody really credible on SmackDown to go up against Batista. So they thought, hey, might as well give it to Booker.
yeah.
And
By
not, and not,
default.
you know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of shit that he's saying, and I'm not trying to make it as no race thing or nothing like that, but it's just like somebody just pointing out the like Mark Henry does this a little bit too. But
He does.
one thing I can say about Mark Henry is this: a lot of shit that he said he not finna do. Think about it, they wanted to call him a silverback gorilla. They wanted to call him a silverback gorilla. He was like, no, I'm not doing that shit. New
Yeah,
Jack even
I remember
called
that.
New Jack even called Booker T out on some shit. On some shit, he said if so and so had said that shit to me, I would have been fired. I would have been fired. And I don't know if you heard this podcast, but Booker T also said that Brian Knobs. I don't know if you noticed, Brian Knobs is racist as hell. New Jack had to punch his ass one time for being so damn racist. Booker T said, "You probably the only person that I would allow to call me a nigga, call me call me that or something like that."
For
And
real?
Brian Knobs, yeah, he said something in the realm of that. In the realm of that.
Yeah.
Let me stop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
that's crazy. That's crazy, man. But yeah, man, I had to call that out because I was just like, come on, bro. We ain't finna do that, man. We ain't finna do that. What was I gonna say though? Hey, you say you from Chicago though, man?
yes, I am.
Yeah, what part?
North Side.
Mm,
Well, born, well, born, well, born, so, well, born in the University of Chicago, but I've been raised up north my whole life.
got you, got you. You went to high school up north?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. What school?
Mather High School.
Got you, got you. You say your cousin went to Morgan Park though?
Yeah,
Well, you know what
yeah.
year they graduated?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay, got you. Yeah, probably. They might be older or younger than me, but yeah. But nah, man, it's always good to see somebody from the shop in here too, man. Look, but I definitely appreciate the love and support and you coming through. You know what I'm saying? This is the first time I think I didn't seen you on here. So like I said, if you're new to the channel, hopefully you become a subscriber. And like I said, I appreciate you coming on and giving your opinion about it, man. I appreciate you,
Of course,
boss.
of course, man. And again, I'm not one of them black people that call other black people Uncle Toms and all that. But I feel like this. At some point, you got to know when the truth is the truth. Like this whole Carmelo Anthony bullshit. I believe he should get off, because it's like this. He wasn't bothering nobody. He Somebody approached him and put their hands on him. And I said, Texas is a stand your ground state. And hey, he was standing his ground.
So and some y'all been telling me to make a video about that. Y'all know I have yet to really look into the story yet. Like I'm gonna read that story because I've been hearing what happened, but I
He had
haven't read the whole one down of what happened. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make a video about it. But
no,
believe it or not, I have
no,
not
uh,
read the story for
Oliver,
real.
Oliver, Oliver. At the end of the day, yeah, he was wrong for having the knife. But at the end of the day, if somebody tells you touch me and see what happened, hey, that's a fuck around and find out moment. Somebody gave you fair warning. He didn't come up. He didn't come up to that boy and approach him and started talking to him. No. He started coming up to him, getting disrespectful. And not only that, you touched him. He told you not to touch him. He gave you fair warning. And you touched him again. So that's so. Hey, he gave you more warnings than not. So hey, that's what
Yeah,
happens.
man. And when I get that whole rundown on it, I promise y'all I'm gonna make a video about it. I just have not. I only seen like people saying that the boys was bullying him, but I never seen I never read the whole story for real, for real. When I do that, I'm gonna make a video on it. Hold on, Shakayla.
What?
Shakayla showing love. I appreciate that. Shay, thank you so much for giving that donation again. It mean a whole lot to me. For sure, for sure. But no, how you pronounce your name, brother?
Shay.
Shay?
Yeah, like Ricochet.
Got you, Shay. I appreciate you popping on, Shay. It mean a lot to me, man. I'm finna bring somebody else up, but thanks a lot, man. Hey, look, I hope you subscribe and stay tuned with me.
All right, cool.
Yep, yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace. What's going on, boss?
What's poppin', young fella? First of all, let me give you your flowers, man. First of all, I am the one LVZ. A lot of y'all know who I am in this channel. Black Maul. I am Black Maul. First thing, brother, my condolences. And all my condolences to you and your family. Somebody whose mother died when he was 2 years old from multiple sclerosis,
Oh
and
man.
being born and raised in DC. I don't look it, but I'll be 48 next week.
Wow.
I understand. I'm also a father of a 30-year-old, 24-year-old, my 13-year-old right here. I'm a single dad. Now let's get into it. As much as I love y'all, and I grew up in DC too, nephew.
Yeah.
No, Michael Jordan can't be quiet. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah.
We grew up doing Rodney King. Negro, you can't be silent doing Rodney King.
Yeah.
And then come out for a damn Republican who was totally racist in North Carolina talk about, I mean, Republicans buy shoes too. And you wouldn't endorse the black man. Shay, get your information right, nephew. He did call himself the Silverback, and I am the type to call him. I don't call him Uncle Tom. I call him Sambo bootlicking butter biscuit eating cones. That's what I call him. Nephew, make sure you subscribe too, because
I got you. I got you, brother. You know, for sure. Yeah.
We now, as far as DC's concerned, where he was talking about we can't leave the hood, bro. The hood is a condition. The hood is not a place where we were really supposed to stay. Just like when they say crabs in a barrel, crabs' natural habitat is not a barrel. The crab's natural habitat is the ocean, not the barrel. When you think, oh, crabs in a barrel holding each other back, no, they're not. What's the next step from the damn crab barrel is the steam pot. So maybe they not holding each other down the way you think.
Hey, that's a great analogy. I like
y'all never pay attention from the barrel to the steam pot. So maybe no, we're not holding no. So stop using them bad analogies. Yeah. Now, let's go to Booker T.
Okay.
Brother, you came in as G.I. Bro. And even a white guy said, you ain't think it was a problem? He was like, hey, man, I was just getting out of jail and if they want me to be G.I. Bro, I be G.I. Bro. Bucking his eyes and all of that. Come on, man. We gotta call it spade a spade. Booker T was not allowed to be the major champion. We know that, right?
For sure.
So we had one champion to win the big belt. That was Kofi. Y'all remember MVP and Shad Gaspard was crying, hugging each other when he won. Yeah. And then it took him 12, introduction to lose to Brock Lesnar. And people was like, well, look how skinny he was. He'll get smashed. Hey, Matt.
Didn't they have Rey Mysterio and them beat,
come on, Matt.
What you call it?
Yes.
Big Show, was it Big Show he beat or whatever?
Yes, he beat Rey Mysterio, beat Big Show, and Seth Rollins beat Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
So don't hit me with, oh, well, no, it just, nah. We know what it is. WWE with whites exclusively. That's what it stands for. That's what it's always stood for. All right. So let's stop getting into it. Stop calling a spade a spade. Yeah. Michael Jordan had plenty of watershed moments during his career where he could have said, man, that wasn't cool. What's going on with our people? He chose to be quiet. I give LeBron James credit for speaking up for our people. Why? Because despite what any of you say, whether you think he's genuine or not, nobody gets rich for standing up for black people. Nobody does.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah.
No such thing as that. Yeah. Why you think Candace Owens making money? It ain't because of all the glowing shit she's saying about black people. Yeah. If you want to know, watch this, nephew. You remember Quite Frankly?
Yes. Stephen A.
Remember
Smith
before
show.
that was Stephen A. before he started bucking his eyes.
Yeah.
Remember when Stephen A. was defending black people?
Yeah.
Remember he defended Plaxico Burress?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then he got fired. And then
did.
he came
Yep.
back and he literally said, my thought was, how do I make my bosses some money?
Now,
And
now,
he can
now, that was crazy.
crazy.
That was crazy.
Come on, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
that was wild.
So
Yeah.
family, we gotta stop. There is no money in defending black people. When we talk about putting our money back in the hood, the projects are government owned. Ma, the only reason I'm frustrated with you from the Southeast, baby. I grew up in Berry Farms too. 2632 First Sterling Avenue. So you know I ain't swelling. Bro, that got knocked down by a wrecking ball. If I had $8 million and I came back, we can't own land in Washington, D.C. People don't know that. You can't buy the land. You can maybe buy the building. But that's got to be allowed by the government. We're not allowed. People like, why we don't own no stores in our neighborhood? Because they don't allow us.
Yeah.
When you try to own a store, they jack up the insurance prices and act like you're going to be the number one target robbed.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they'll let the Asian man come into your neighborhood, give him low insurance rates, and give him the same building at a cheaper rent. Bro,
Yeah.
ain't no love for no black people out here. We got to keep it 100. And when people say, I ain't trying to make it a race thing, are you in America? Then it's a race thing.
Nah.
And whether you like it or you don't like it, and you don't want to be political, you better read Malcolm X, because every black birth is political. So if you don't want to be involved in politics, remember politics is involved in your black ass. So you better be proactive. You better look with your third eye. I respect and love all your brothers, especially what you doing, man. I love to see what you doing. It made me feel so good this morning when I found your channel. I said, oh my goodness, this young brother's on it.
I
And then you show bootlicking Teddy at bootlicking Buck.
Oh Lord, man. Oh,
Bruh, I never saw the picture of him actually licking the boot, but your impression is spot on. Oh, man, nigga Teddy ain't never seen nothing. No. Nigga Teddy don't know nothing about no waist sizzle. Lord, no, nigga Teddy don't know. The white man is good. He give me good poke. He give me
man.
good to eat. He feeds me. He only beats me on Tuesday. He gave me the tag team belts.
Yo,
Man, come on, y'all.
hey, man.
Wrestling been insulting black people since the early 80s.
Yeah, man. And when I found that stuff out, I'm like, look at this dude, man. You feel me? Like it was so disappointing because you see an older black man that really lived through this craziness and still out here off cold like crazy. And not even just off cold. I'm talking about hard shooting. I say, oh nah, bro.
Right. This ain't Saul Shore. That nigga doing the monkey legs, the helicopter arms, the centipede neck. He doing every day. He's cutting every jig that's able to cut. And when you talked about Kwame Brown, bro, if you go on the internet, some of my biggest videos is lighting up Coon and Kwame. And I'm gonna give you a tidbit, okay? So I used to build, me and Ticket TV used to be like this. And I went on Kwame Brown and I went on him. And this one we was doing the channel together. And people in here know I ain't capping. He used to collab every day with me. That's how you probably know my voice, young.
And I heard, I remember your name and everything. Yep.
So what happened? He was trying. I said, man, Kwame was cooning and he had something to say about Breonna Taylor. And if I get that, he was like, bruh, man, I'll let you talk to him behind the scene. Man, Kwame's a good guy, man. I said, no, he a buffoon, Ticket. He's a buffoon. And if I talk to him, I'm gonna light him up. I ain't trying to be his friend. I ain't trying to have him on his channel. That was the last conversation me and Ticket TV had, because I wouldn't be nice to Kwame Brown, and he was trying to ride his wave because he was in the news at that time for going on Stephen A. Right. And I told everybody, I said, man, that's low hanging fruit. Calling Stephen A. a coon, who ain't do that?
Yeah. So, and not to cut you off, I remember when Kwame first gained traction after the whole situation with all the smoke in them, right? And and you know me, I said, let me do my due diligence. Let me look at the videos his brother was making before he got popping. When I see a black man with American flag all around him, to me, come on now, what
And a
is going
straw
on?
hat on. And
Come on,
when I see a nigga with a straw hat from South Carolina, I got a problem. Okay.
like,
Niggas, you about to
yeah.
go pick some cotton? Oh, no.
Then when I saw he was talking, I said, oh, he talking good old boy talk. Breonna Taylor. So I said, he talking good old boy talk. And so he built up his support with black folks, and then he started letting it all peek out. Yes, and Steven, yeah, bro. Like, when I saw all of that, I already knew what he was on. Then to me, as a man, right? And this is just how I was raised. If you have a problem with gentlemen, so other men pulling your car when you young, right? You get older, and instead of going at the men pulling your card, you go at a man that wasn't saying nothing about you and make that your whole livelihood. To this day, you're still scared to poke your chest out about Michael Jordan and
Michael
punky
Jordan.
because Mike was pulling his card, and he was still, to this day, he's afraid to say it. Eton Thomas and them tell stories of Mike kicking balls in the stands, telling Kwame go fetch all the time, and he still refuses to say anything about Mike because that fan base that he's generated, the MAGA fan base, they know they love Michael Jordan. If he says anything about Mike, he's going to upset them. He's going to make them mad. So he's going to keep his focus on LeBron James the whole time because he knows anti-black conservatives do not like LeBron James, and they're going to be on his side. And I knew to play along from a mile away. And so Kwame became the exact thing he said he was against. He acted like he was a crusader for black media. You know, I'm riding out for the brother, man. I'm tired of black media trashing black men all the time. And then you go out and trash a black man. You made your whole connection to trashing a black man who said nothing about you. So,
and then you cried about how Stephen A. and all them dissed you. You was 18, and like you said, we was here in DC when we was hearing the rumors about what Mike was doing to Kwame and how Mike.
Yeah.
Exactly. So everything you saying, we even heard stories of him making Kwame cry. We've heard it all. So that stamped that. But this was my biggest thing, though. Bro, you was crying about what Stephen A. and them was saying about you. I was just a kid. And then you turn around and do the same thing to LeBron James' son.
LeBron James. Yes.
Yeah. But the difference is he was the third from the last pick in the NBA. You was the number one pick and could not make a layup.
And that's what I'm saying. You're trashing him as the number one pick. You're supposed to be the cornerstone of a franchise, right? And so when brothers was getting mad at me when I say Kwame, he was a bust, and they say he lasted 13 years. And I say, bro, he was 7 feet tall. Back then, any brother that was 7 feet was lasting for a long time in the NBA. All them dudes, you had Sagana Ja. I don't think Sagana's career had like 10 points. DJ Benga, all them dudes was around for the longest of time just for being 7 feet, right? I said, and I'm gonna say this. I even give it to Sebastian Tell. Sebastian was 6 feet even and lasted 10 years. And Bassi was not super athletic. He wasn't the quickest, but he lasted 10 years. And he had a spotty jump shot. He lasted 10. But Kwame was 7 feet tall. Anybody that was big, they had you just for foul bait. Just to foul.
Samaki Walker.
Yeah, Samaki Walker them. So that was my point in saying all of those things, man. And I'm just like, bro, like, hello, my cuz, what's going on, cuz? My cousin came up in here, man. But
man, I appreciate you having me, bro. I'll be around, man, and keep the good work up, man. Much love, fam.
For sure, man. Much love. I appreciate you. I'm finna subscribe to you soon as we get off this thing, bro. Appreciate you and the love you show, bro. Let's see. I guess the other guest, Aaron up in here. Let's bring Aaron to the stage. Yo, Aaron, what's going on with you?
Can you hear me, Mac?
I hear you. Hold on 1 second, boss. Hold on.
I bet.
I'm on, bro. What's going on with you? I hear you.
First of all, how you doing, man? How you living?
I'm all good, man. I can't complain at all, man.
I'm glad to hear that, bro. Also, condolences to Mal and everybody who has lost a parent. I
Yeah,
understand
man.
exactly how that pain is. But
Yeah, man.
going back to Booker T, man, I
Hmm.
don't know what's up with Booker T, but he been doing a lot of lying a lot recently. And I know what you're probably gonna say to this, but please stop watching Vlad, Max. Please stop watching Vlad. I
I
mean,
feel y'all,
I
man. I
get,
feel
I
y'all.
mean, I mean, I get it. He gets the guests that you want, but bro, he ain't nothing. He ain't nothing more than Adam 22 with a DJ set.
Yeah, I
Let's
hear
be
you. Nah, for sure.
let's be real. And the
Uh-huh.
thing about why I don't really look at Swerve with the same kind of respect, he also said that he wasn't the culture. And I'm like, Swerve, do you not realize how big this is for you? You got a
Yeah,
whole fan base that look like you, and you say you're not from the culture? Like
I
that.
didn't even know he said that. I didn't know he said that.
He did say that. And
Okay,
if I'm
that's
wrong,
crazy.
you can correct me later. But
Yeah.
Booker T, man, I think he's just trying to like soft shoe a lot of what went down with the WWE because he ain't. I think he's trying to keep in Vince's good graces for
Nah,
some reason.
but for sure. Well, he's still employed from with WWE, so his
Right.
whole thing is he don't wanna and I'm listen, if you wanna keep your money cool, then just don't say nothing about what's going on then. But
Here's
Booker,
the problem.
my
People
problem with
like
Booker is
yeah.
anytime a black person has a problem with the WWE and how uh when they speak about how black wrestlers are marketed, Booker comes out on the front lines. Nobody even asks for his opinion. He come out riding out for WWE, talking about WWE is far from racist. How could like he act like the black person is tripping about what
Booker
they're experiencing?
Booker T
You know?
reminded me of when when Gabrielle Union talked about her experience on America's Got Talent. Guess who was on the front line trying to defend America's Got Talent? Terry
Oh,
Crews.
all right. I forgot.
Terry
Yeah,
Crews.
yeah.
He was
Mm-hmm.
like, "This is the most diverse place," and I was just sitting here like, "Is this the same Terry Crews that said that black women were defending him when he had his sexual assault case going on?"
Yeah.
And it's just like, and it just just rubbed me the wrong way, and it was just like, okay, Terry, you showed me what kind of person you are with that.
Yeah.
Go on about your business. But this is the
Mm-hmm.
same Terry Crews that wanted to slap DL Hughley for what he said what he would do if that incident happened to him. Come on, Terry.
Right. Come on. And look, and I agree with you on that, man. Like, I don't like, if you ever notice, every time a black person has a discrepancy with a company, they always get a black person to come out and speak out against it. I'm a boxing fan myself. And I
Yeah,
remember when Terrence Crawford was speaking about his problems with Bob Arum, is a promoter for Top Rank Boxing, and how his promotion of black fighters during this era. And Muhammad Ali daughter, she came out. Bob treated my father he did
Le-
all well by my
Layla,
father. I'm like,
Layla
your
Ali.
father. Yeah, no, not Layla. The other sister. The sister, I
Okay.
forgot her name. But she came out, he treated my father like this. And I said, Layla, your father was the cash cow. Of course he treated your father. Of
Yeah,
course he did. Ali was the cash cow. Like, of
yeah.
course he treated
I
your father good. You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
remember.
Like
Yeah, I don't remember. I mean, Layla Ali's the only recognizable face out of
the
Muhammad
name, yeah.
Ali. Yeah,
Yeah, he
but
got
I
a
didn't
few.
know about the other sister. Layla Ali got some ways about her that makes me kind of side eye her, but when
What?
it comes to, like I said, there's a lot of things. But going back to like what Booker T said. Yeah,
Yeah.
Booker T just remind me of like people like Terry Crews, who else? Somebody like fucking Candace Owens and shit like that. And
Yeah.
it's just very, very, very weird because Terry Crews and Booker T both have the biggest. You can't find somebody who hasn't at least watched either one of them people growing up. Whether
Man.
whether it's from like Damon from Friday or Julius from Everybody Hates Chris or Booker T's
Right.
run, and
Hmm.
then you turn around and then just metaphorically slap the shit out of them in the face with saying
Yeah.
sideways comments. but it's everybody else's fault for calling you on your bullshit. Come on.
Yeah, nah, man. Like, and that be like I said, that's my issue. Like, Booker, yeah, you made some money, but we know you never got to your just due for real. You never got your just due like you were supposed to be, like you were supposed to in wrestling. You never was you never got a chance to really be in the limelight as the guy, like your talent dictated. You
Yeah.
didn't have your moment like The Rock had or Triple H or none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Even
So
The Rock, and we all know The Rock does not acknowledge his black side for nothing.
now,
For
yeah.
nothing. For
Mm-hmm.
nothing. And why? And also, when I seen him talking about this anti-woke shit, I'm like, Dwayne, do you not realize that you would qualify as a DEI hire?
He said that anti-woke. So see, yeah,
He
them
said
those buzzwords. Oh yeah.
yeah, those buzzwords. He was talking about like, oh, I'm tired of this anti-woke nonsense. I'm like, Dwayne, do you not realize that if not for you, for your father, you probably wouldn't be in the WWE?
Now, I mean, that's the fact. That's a fact. He actually got the nod and the approval due to the fact of him being Rocky Johnson's son. So for sure.
Let's call
Yeah.
a spade. And he don't acknowledge his black side for nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. You see him in all these movies, he's all Polynesian and nothing. But like and then when he was on that new documentary called On the Call Sheet, I'm like, what is Dwayne Johnson doing here?
What was that about on the college
It was all
documentary?
about all the black stars in Hollywood and whatnot. And I'm like, Dwayne Johnson being there is just like, I'm like, when the last time The Rock ever said he was black?
Acknowledging being black. And like
Yeah, I'm
so
just like,
he started doing it like recently. I want to say a couple years ago, and I really think I'm being honest. And this even me being a fan of The Rock the wrestler. He started doing it because his daughter was starting to like really. His daughter was standing in, and she was speaking up for Trayvon Martin and all of that. Because before then, The Rock was purely leaning into his Samoan side only,
yeah,
right? And in wrestling, he would have the machismo of the black dudes he went to the University of Miami with in that character, The Rock. But as Dwayne Johnson, he was purely leaning into Samoan side. I mean, even in the character of The Rock for real, like still, even though he had that certain swagger, still was leaning heavily into the Samoan side,
I
100%.
think the only time he did lean in into wrestling was when he was on that I forget the name of the wrestling team that he did, but it was like
Oh, the
some
Nation
black
of
power
Domination
dudes.
talking about.
Yes, Nation of Domination.
But and I'm gonna say this too. My bad for cutting you off.
You good?
That wasn't his idea to be in there, and he didn't even want to wear the kufi, the hat that they put on his head.
Shit.
He didn't want to wear that. He really didn't like. He didn't want to stand in that gimmick as much as people believe it or not.
Nah.
Like I remember he even cut a promo. Like, did he say it's something that's not a race thing or something like that? It's about. He said something like that in the gimmick. In that stable, he said something I think like it's not a race thing. But yes, Stephen B. I'm talking about Simone, the daughter in NXT. Yes, Simone was standing in it. She was posting up Trayvon Martin on her page. It's from NXT. She was posting up. Her name is Ava Rain, I think, in wrestling. She was posting up like George Floyd, all of that. And I think he saw his daughter and said, "Damn, my daughter is standing on it. It's gonna make it probably make him look bad if he ain't and his daughter is. You know what I'm saying? And she 1/4 black. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He have, and she 1/4, and she's standing on it. So
In
I
the words
think
of Terrell Owens, she blacker than him.
yeah, man. Yeah, man. But I think
And
but yeah
also,
though, man.
yeah, one more thing before I get up out
Yeah,
of here because I know you got a show to run. Man, look, with everybody that's coming at LeBron sideways, I want you
yeah.
guys to think about it. What superstar has put more dollars back into the black community than LeBron?
I
And I don't
mean,
want to hear about Michael Jordan donation or Charles Barkley and all that. LeBron built a school for people that look like him. Now we got these talking heads like Dr. Umar Fraudson. Yes, Mr. Umar Fraudson, because he's a fraud. We got the talking heads like Stephen A. Snitch. None of y'all have the resources to fund the school, huh?
Yeah, Magic too. Yep. Go ahead.
Magic as well. But y'all talk all this stuff about LeBron. Where's your school at? I mean, Dr.
Man.
Umar. Umar's been talking about this school stuff since I was a teenager. Damn, I'm
Yeah,
damn near
man.
about to be 30. Where's the
Oh,
school?
God. Hey, Peter stats talking about the school open April 32nd, but nah, though, for real, you know what I'm saying? And you know, like again, me and LeBron, like I've been going at it with dudes since I was a kid, because I was a fan of LeBron James. But then as a man, as a black dude, man, to see him put his friends in position, his black friends around him in position of power, get them wealthy, to see him,
And let's talk
uh,
about it. He's put his black friends on. He's got a black wife. All
yeah,
his
black
sons
wife.
are
I said
black,
black wife. Yeah, you
and
100%
his
right. And
son is playing in the NBA. But
yeah,
y'all mad because Bronny ain't as good as his daddy. What
man,
NBA son is as good as their pops?
it's really that hate is not even about Bronny. It's about LeBron. Bronny is an extension of LeBron. So you got dudes that just want to hate Bronny because he is
Man,
LeBron's son. You know what I'm
man,
saying? So that's really
I
what that's.
I dare you to find one industry where they don't use nepotism. I
Come on.
dare anybody to
Yeah,
find one industry that they don't use nepotism.
I've
Jerry
seen that.
Jones did it.
Yeah,
Um,
listen,
Luke Walton,
Luke Walton, Kobe Carl. People don't even remember Kobe George Carl's son was on the LA Lakers roster for a year, strictly because he was
what
George
happened
Carl's
with that?
son.
And what happened with that, Mac? Let the people know what happened with that.
Yeah, like come on, man. Then even I'm gonna be real with you, John. So Brent Berry and John Berry, sons of Rick Berry. Now Brent was nice.
Brent
John
was
was never
nice.
nice like that, but John kept a job really because he was Rick Berry's son. John was no, he was a
Exactly.
defensive liability. He wasn't this super dead eye shooter to really be staying around as long as he did. But he was Rick Berry's son, so he was given an opportunity. You know what I mean? In certain ways. But Brent was nice though. Brent Berry,
Yeah.
the other brother, was nice, but John,
Jerry
yeah,
Jim Crow Jones got all his kids in position to run the Cowboys organization, but y'all mad
yeah,
at LeBron for putting his sons on.
nah, for sure.
Mm-mm.
Nah, and I agree with you. I agree with you 100% too, man. I agree with that, man. Um, but
But
no, man, I appreciate you coming on, man, and giving your
thank you for
opinion.
having me, bro.
All love, man. I gotta do this more often, man, for sure. I'm having
Definitely,
fun with this,
definitely.
man.
Stay
I'm
up.
having
Keep up the
fun with
good
it.
work. Much blessings to your family, bro.
Oh, same to yours, man. I appreciate you.
All right.
All right, up. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on. Mac, you watch Lovely. I know that name, man. What? Yeah, I mean, let me look that. I know that. Yeah, I've seen that name. What she be talking about? Celebrity gossip? Let me put another yeah, she do select. Yeah. I'm about to say I know that name. I've seen. I don't watch her consistently. I think I've seen some videos that she's done, as well as their nympho. She was talking about LeBron and Bronny. Her channel big now. She was talking about her what? What you say, LB? I'm seeing your comments now. Oh, you said Dale Curry. Oh yeah. Nah, but Steph was just the one in college. So yeah. Uh, Let me see. Who else got up on him? Blue Bolt. Let me add it to the stage. What's going on with you, man?
Yo, what's
Blue
going
Bolt.
on, bro? What's going on, bro? How you doing? How you
Nothing.
feeling this Monday, man?
All good, man. I can't complain, man. How about yourself?
Right. Oh man, I mean, I've been all right, man, just trying to live. You know how it is in this world, man, in this world of crazy shit. You know how
For
it
sure.
is. You
For
know how
sure.
it is. I mean, I've been following you for a minute, man. I'm subscribed to you, man, and I've been following your content for a second. You know what I mean? And I'm enjoying what I'm hearing, man. Like, you're one of the few brothers on here that actually got a level head, man, because when it comes to this politics shit, when it comes to, you know, us as a people, when it comes to this sports shit, in particular LeBron, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You on point. You on point. You know what I mean? It's like you calling these motherfuckers out just like I do. I mean, I haven't made, I have content on my channel, right?
Okay. I got to
You know what I
subscribe
mean?
to you, man.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, I need to start, you know, I'll probably start making videos here pretty soon and everything, man. But it's like, you got a lot of fake outrage ass niggas on here that don't like LeBron, man. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah.
I've been calling them out for years. Now, mind you, I'm like you. I got Jordan #1, but to say that LeBron James don't got an argument all because he's so-called stacked the deck, Clutch Sports is running, ruining the NBA, and all this bullshit. They like to make up all this bullshit as they go by. It's not only that, you got a lot of Jordan fans, you got like Kobe fans that really resent this cat, dude. They really resent this cat. Straight up. They really resent this cat, man. And it's like crazy how this shit goes, man. You know what I mean? It's like it's all fake outrage at this point, you know what I mean? Because it's like, what the fuck, man? Like, you know, they like the stuff y'all accuse LeBron of, they wouldn't do behind the scenes. Just now it's more out in the open now because of social media.
Yeah, nah, man. And so nah, man, I appreciate you and the compliments you gave to the channel and my commentary, man. Like I said, it mean a lot to me, and the support always mean a lot. I appreciate all y'all that's always in here showing love and everything, man. But yeah, as far as the LeBron stuff, man, like listen, man, you know, I sit back and I observe and I see it's the play is to hate LeBron James. You know that go. And so everybody
It's a money grab. It's like a clout grab. It's a clout grab. And a lot of these guys on here, it's like fake out. That's why I call it fake outrage. They don't hate LeBron. They hate what LeBron is. You know what I mean? They hate what LeBron has become. You know what I mean? And they perceive him as a threat to their favorite player. And it's been like that since forever, man. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I was such a big Jordan fan, right?
Yeah.
I hated Kobe. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? As I look back on it, I was like, what do I get of hating on another great player all because I have a preferred player that I like? You know what I mean?
Right.
But then it's like the last couple of years of his career, I just let Kobe be. You know? You know, I know you from Chicago, right?
Right. Yeah.
Chicago, right? You remember this clown Bruce Blitz, right? I know you know who Bruce Blitz is. This dude used to be a stellar Kobe hater. He used to be a straight up Kobe hater, man. You know what I mean? All because he was a big ass Michael Jordan fan, right?
Right.
He used to do all these videos talking about Kobe was taking too many shots. Kobe's a ball hog. Kobe's the fake 23. Kobe's a swagger jacker. You know what I mean? And there's all that stuff like. And then once Kobe had that Achilles injury, right? They didn't see LeBron as a threat no more. And so he started his vitriol towards LeBron. The same stuff he did with Kobe Bryant, he's doing to LeBron James now. That lets you know it's an agenda, man.
Yeah, man. And that's what I've seen that play for a while, man. I see a lot of brothers that didn't even like Kobe and then switched to liking Kobe as a buffer. To keep LeBron as a buffer between
Here's their play. How you gonna be better than Mike? You're even better than Kobe. Like, motherfucker, you didn't even like Kobe back when he was in his prime. Y'all was lying against Kobe. So what is that bullshit? Come on, man. And it's like they want to revisit this history like that shit didn't happen. Hey, we got receipts here. I know I got receipts because I'm a basketball historian. I mean, you debate me. I got all kind of receipts and everything. You want to debate LeBron versus Kobe and all that shit? You try to use that stacking the deck bullshit with me against Kobe. I got receipts. Because like I said, I know every trade, I know every transaction, I know every day, year, season a player signed to what team. So I'm a basketball historian, man. I've been watching since the late 80s. So
for sure. Yeah, man. That's what's up. I love how, people that have been watching ball for a long time up in here, man. So yeah,
right.
And I agree, man. I see the play a mile away. Like I said, it's the money grab now. So everybody
and a couple years later, we got this motherfucker named Pandemic TV. I know who that is. Pandemic TV. Take a wild guess of who that is.
Who is that?
Come on, man. Pandemic TV. Come on. Get a hit. Pandemic TV.
Hold on. Yeah.
He the next ringleader that started this bullshit. Then you got all these guys, that follow suit, like Kuncino, Man Down Sports, Dreamers Bum, Too Fraud for TV. All these guys is clowns, man. They straight clowns, and they cut the jig. I'm like, they cut the jig, man. And it's like, I got to question your priority in life. If you sit there 24/7 just thinking of ways of how you can diminish this, man. I mean, I got players in the NBA I don't like, but you don't see me up here to try to diminish them, calling and making it personal. That's what it is. That's what it is. And then you got PCP and steroid fitness rants, all that bullshit. Yeah, all them motherfuckers, man. Like,
I know you're talking about. Yeah, man, all them. They all, and I see it. I say, man, if I was a LeBron hate channel, man, I would have 30,000 subscribers right now. If I got on here and trash
I tell you what. It'd be the same thing with me. See, but the difference is I got integrity. I don't need to make money, off of hating on one man. You know what I mean? What kind of bullshit is that? See, I got integrity, man. At the end of the day, you can keep all that cash. You can keep all that funds. That's not for me. Nah. And it's like I can name like 10 channels that I know offhand that just use their clout to hate LeBron 24/7. Like it could be talking about somebody else, talking about somebody else, live stream, talking about something else, another conversation. Yet these motherfuckers still bring up LeBron.
No, facts. And somehow, some way, they got to do a scalp attack. All these dudes try to figure out a way. What's their next video to hate LeBron finna be?
Yeah.
If ain't nothing happened, they gotta put out some old clip of LeBron from way back in the past.
They gotta refer back to the whole Delonte West incident.
Yeah.
Poke fun of him and all that bullshit. Like, come on, man. Like y'all don't bring up I don't bring make shit I don't make shit personal, man, but y'all don't bring up Kobe's rape trial or Michael Jordan's gambling and all that shit. But y'all want to bring up shit that's off the court. That's let you know right there it's a personal gripe.
Hey, listen, they get mad at me when I be talking about, because they always be like, LeBron ain't man.
I see it.
Like,
I see it. I be seeing them in the comments.
When Kobe, I say now, y'all say that now.
I be seeing them in them comments.
When Kobe told on Shaq now.
Exactly. We got to keep, y'all want to say LeBron, a snitch. He ain't no stand up, you know what I mean? LeBron be out here be fake and all that stuff. But what about, what happened with the shit with everybody else?
Nah.
There's been plenty of NBA players that got dirt on their name, you know what I mean? But y'all not keeping the same energy. It's just all about LeBron for these cats because they want to diminish this guy in some way. You know what I mean? Whether it's the whole P. Diddy thing or the steroid scandal, they gnawing that straws just to find something to diminish this guy for.
Thanks. Hey, they say you sound like
just. I see that.
You sound like Michael Clark. Shout out Michael Clark Duncan from Chicago, like me.
Right.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, I hear you, bro. Yeah, rest in peace for sure. Yeah. I was a big fan of Michael Clark Duncan too. Ironically, I was a big fan of his work.
Yeah, me as well. Where you calling from? Where you from?
I'm from Ohio, Northeast Ohio, just Northeast
Ohio.
Ohio.
Ohio, Midwest over here, man.
Yeah, Northeast Ohio. You probably haven't heard of it, but Youngstown.
Yeah,
Youngstown,
Youngstown,
Ohio.
man. So look. One of my best friends, Kiefer Sykes, played at University of Wisconsin, Green Bay.
Yeah,
Green Bay.
I know Kiefer Sykes. I know who Kiefer
Yeah.
Sykes is. I know who
Keith-
Kiefer Sykes is.
Kiefer would play.
He went to Ursuline. He went to Ursuline he was the Ursuline private Ursuline parochial school out here, and it's one of the big schools out here in Youngstown. You know what I mean? And it produced a whole lot of players that could have had potential to go to the NFL, but just how things go sideways, and how life gets in the way.
Yeah, no, but you probably talking about another one. My homie Kiefer from Chicago, but he went to Wisconsin Green Bay, but he would play against Youngstown State a lot.
Right.
This
That's
is
where
how
I
I found
heard
out
it from.
about Youngstown. Ain't
Right,
Maurice Claret? Maurice Claret from Youngstown? Is he from Youngstown?
Yeah. He from here. Yeah.
Maurice Claret,
Hometown kid. He played for Warren Harding. He's from here, but he played for Warren Harding. He played for Harding. Right.
Yeah. So I'm definitely familiar with Youngstown, man, for sure, man. But look, I appreciate you. I appreciate you for coming on, man. It means a lot to me, and I appreciate all the support you've been giving me, man.
Oh man, continue to do what you're doing, bro. Because I like it. I like the content. You know what I mean? I see you have my dude LVZ up in here. Yeah. Always been. I've been subscribed to him for years, man. And, I keep up with him too, for sure.
Yeah, he got the chat jumping today. He got it live.
I saw it.
Yeah.
All right, then. I know you got to keep it moving, man. You got to get some more cats on here, but I appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me up in this joint, for sure. I'm gonna holler at you, man.
I'm gonna holler at you.
Yo,
be
easy,
man.
Be easy. Peace.
You as well. Yeah. Man, what's up, y'all? Man, it's been fun today, man. It's been fun today. I appreciate all y'all getting up on here, man. Look, I know I got on at a weird time of the day. So, it's probably wasn't the best time for everybody. But yeah, man, if you want to get on real quick before I get off this thing, man, you can hit that link that I put up here. I don't know if it's still available to y'all right now. It's a nice Super Mario shirt, man. I appreciate it, man. I saw it up in Walmart. I had to cop it, man. Said, Mills, this your best live yet. I appreciate it, Jabari. I think so as well. I think this is the best live I've had by far. And y'all getting on with me has helped this live stream for sure. Y'all getting on with me has helped this live stream. Imperial Stats say salute to you, brother. Bro, I was listening to Birdman Jr. the other day, and I thought about you because you and me is right here when we say that's Wayne best joint. Every time I listen to Birdman Jr. because I didn't meet somebody else who felt what I felt about that song. I'm like, this is Wayne best joint. He was rapping on it. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? He said we trying to hide from the day. Yeah, I feel you. Stay tucked in, bro. I'm not trying to pull a veil off of y'all, John. I ain't trying to pull a veil off of y'all. You feel me? So I get it. I get it. Yeah, man. But I'm like, yeah, Birdman Jr., that's his best joint for real. I'm like, man, the way he was rapping on there, and I told y'all he was influenced by that Philadelphia flow. That flow is not it's not a New Orleans flow. But he was rapping, he was using that flow well. And the stuff he was saying, you ain't did it till you done it like in 5 states. Wheezy hustle, no blubber, I put on weight. And in the drought, I go on a diet and stretch more, lose all that weight, leave a player with stretch marks. They don't even come up to a player chest, pause up. Man, what the they play that in the club floor? He said, real ish, I'm ducking bonds from a drug war, no religion, but the cops swear that I'm a drug lord. Father, forgive me for they know not who they pushing, Lord. Father, forgive me if I have to send them to you, Lord. I'm just trying to dodge the shots they send to the God. They riding up Highway to Heaven Boulevard. What? Man, for real. I was like, Gilly and Dipset for the swag. For real. Dipset had them dressing different. Gilly had them rapping with a different cadence and delivery and flow. And then he used he already had the charisma. He already had the charisma, the energy, and all of that. And so he packaged it up well. For real. He started hanging with Jim Jones, wearing them little rock star clothes and all of that. And yeah. Said grown man. I like grown man, though. For sure. Right. That's what I told people. 500 Degrees sounded nothing like the Carter. He was sounding completely different. Even on Go DJ. you know, then they want to leave when you say you by the mustard. All of that sound like Gil all the way. I love Go DJ, but he sound just like Gil on that. I seen a video of Wallow saying F supporting black businesses. I seen Gilly say that. I ain't seen Wallow say it, but I believe you, bro. I ain't gonna say you lying about it. I seen Gil say that for sure. 100,000%. You know what I'm saying? Wayne was even like Manny got to step his production up from the same 45 sounds. Yeah, man, sound just like Gilly on Go DJ and all of that, man. The hottest thing under the sun. What do you say? You niggas never harming young? What do Waters do talk like that? You niggas never harming young? Five Weezy, my opponent's done. I'm done talking. I've been running my city like Diddy, you chump. That's Gilly, man. That whole flow is Gilly. You know what I'm saying? So that whole little flow, that pocket, that sound just like Gilly, man. 500 Degrees. Yeah, the 400, the album name was, and definitely was influenced by Juvenile. And so I love 400 Degrees. I love that album, man. I really do. And I'm not saying Wayne ain't great with what he does at all, but I believe he was influenced by that cadence and that delivery. The cadence and the way how he say it. That's how Gilly, exactly, Imperial Stats. The cadence and how he was saying it was just how Gilly talks regularly. When you say you want to leave, when you say you got a mustard. Been running my city like Diddy, you chump. All of that, that's how Gilly talk. I fly by you in a foreign whip. Her legs long and to her thong and come on, man. What? It was, boy. Oh, man. So I know this is off topic, but do you think Bubba Ray should be talking about main advantage since he's never been one? Especially in WWE. Man. Bubba Ray personality in general. Bubba Ray get on my nerves quite a lot. I'm being real with you, man. A lot. You know? But yeah, man, we've been on here having a good old time, man. I appreciate all the love and support I've gotten. I appreciate all the super chats I've gotten. All of the above. It means so much to me. Thank y'all so much. I gotta make some phone calls real quick to my people. So I'm gonna get off. But it's been really, really fun. I'm gonna do this a whole lot more often to bring y'all up here to talk with me. All this, like I said, I love the interaction with y'all. It means a lot to me, man. Machiavelli Mills TV. I'm out, y'all. Peace.